Welcome to Seneca Indians Football, live on KNEO.org. This broadcast is a sporting outreach of the KNEO Sports Network. You're now locked into the official pregame show of the Seneca Indians. This is your home for every sack, interception, and touchdown. Now let's join Seth Wilson, Ben Walcott, and Daryl Harbaugh live on location.
And welcome to Seneca Indian Football here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network. We are at Tom Hodge Field at Earl Campbell Stadium in Seneca, Missouri, where the Indians are getting ready to host the Cubs from Monett in just under 45 minutes. Seneca comes in 3-0 after shutting out the Nevada Tigers last week by a score 42-0. Monett comes in looking for the first win of the 2024 campaign. They opened up the season against Nevada, falling 44-22, then got blasted by Stratford 69-14, and came up just short against Aurora last week by a score of 26-18. New look for Monett this year, new coaching staff. More about that later, but I'm joined by Coach Daryl Harbaugh and Ben Wolcott this evening. And Ben, Seneca returns home after their first road test. We've spoken about adversity over and over and over again during the pregame, during the games, talking with Coach Hilburn. You go on the road last week against a state-ranked Class 4 school. You have 3 to 4 key players missing significant time or not playing at all. If you wanted adversity, 2 of the first 3 weeks of the season have given you all kinds of different adversity for this Indian ball club. What does this do for a team as the season progresses and are looking into November for your playoff schedule?
Well, I mean, it just gets you ready, and you know that if somebody goes down, somebody else will step up for you. That's kind of the big thing is it gets other people ready and gets them ready to go in case somebody goes down, because injuries are going to happen throughout the year, and you just have to have the next man up mentality. And I think going deep these last couple of years has kind of prepared these guys to be ready to step up at any point.
And, Coach, we've seen the environment that Seneca provides here at home tonight. What's going to be amplified, what they typically have with the youth programs being honored before the game? What does that do for the football program and for the athletes both playing in the game tonight and the youth players being able to walk out on that field on a Friday night?
Well, it's always great because the little kids sit there, you know, all the youth teams, they sit there and watch these teams grow up year after year, and they realize, man, the one thing they want to be in is on the field under the lights on a Friday night. I mean, that's their dream. That's what they live for. This is what they work hard for all this time. And this is one of, if not the best atmosphere stadiums around. There's no track in between. You're right on top of the action, and it's the greatest. I think it's the best atmosphere to play in.
For sure, in Southwest Missouri, without a doubt, it is the best atmosphere. Last week we gave that Southwest shout-out to our youth football programs as they remained undefeated, I believe, after this last week, because all the teams won last week at home against Neosho, and then your JV and C team both won Monday night here in very close games against Nevada. I think one of them was 24-22, the other one was 22-20. And then your junior high teams won last night over in Monett. I think the 7th graders won by like a score of 36-0, and the 8th graders won as well. So it's definitely exciting time, continued success for all of our youth programs, and they will be honored tonight. We will take a short break here. When we come back, we'll have more of your pregame show, your countdown to kickoff sponsors, People's Bank of Seneca, and Prater's Pharmacy.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
And welcome back to Seneca, Missouri, as we continue our pregame show here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network. Let's recap last week at Nevada. Seneca came out on defense and had to find their footing fast. As they started out, Nevada was able to drive 48 yards, 30 of those coming on 2 penalties by the Indians. Had a face mask penalty, a personal foul face mask penalty, and a defensive pass interference penalty. So for 30 yards, Seneca kind of looked a little bit shaken to start the game. They were able to buckle down, though, and force a turnover on downs. The Indians then went 71 yards on 5 plays and scored. Caden Klaus, he actually had 1 touchdown called back, a long run. 2 plays later, turns right back around and takes it to the house with the Indians leading at that point. The Indians defense went back to work, allowing only 1 first down on the rest of the first half against the Tigers offense. The Indians also scored on the next 3 possessions. They did have a turnover, though, with a little bit over a minute left in the half, but took the halftime lead of 28-0. In the second half, the Indians picked up right where they left off, scoring on their first 2 drives and forcing the Tigers to punt on their first possession. With a running clock, the younger guys were able to still hold the Tigers offense out of the end zone to preserve the shutout. Final score, Nevada 0, Seneca 42. Been another Friday night, another multiple 100-yard runner under the Friday night lights. If you're an opposing coach, what do? Do you start to see those other teams stack the box with 9 guys, or what's your approach if you're a defensive coordinator knowing that Seneca runs the ball with such great success and really hasn't been tested on the aerial attack?
I mean, I would, just because Seneca hasn't proven that they can beat you over the top, but there hasn't been a need to beat you over the top. If Seneca can continue to run with 8 or 9 guys in the box, I don't know why you wouldn't continue to do it. If I'm a defensive coordinator, yeah, I'd stack the box. Yeah, you may get beaten over the top, but Seneca hasn't proven that they can do it yet.
And Coach Hilburn, obviously, he has those situations ready to go if the game calls for it. But so far, when you're chunking off 20, 30, 40-yard runs at a time, yeah, you're going to get a few here and there that are 2 or 3 yard carries, and we saw that in the second half as Nevada started crab blocking into your offensive line. And to me, that's a great compliment to your offense. If the front line on the defensive front is just chop blocking, crab blocking, whatever you want to in the offensive line just to create a mess of players, that's much respect to your offense and how well they're able to open up the hole for your running backs.
All you really need is 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and that's something Seneca has been able to succeed with throughout these first 3 weeks. I mean, you think about it, Cashville, Mount Vernon, another top 10 team. I think they may have dropped out of the standings after this last week. I don't remember, to be honest. And then Nevada only dropped 1 spot, so that just kind of proves how much credit that everybody is giving Seneca, in which media polls don't matter to them. But just giving them credit that Nevada can lose 42-0, only drop 1 spot in Class 4. So,
well, again, they really respect the Nevada team as well. Okay, you went up against the number 2 in Class 3. We're only going to dock you one spot back. Usually that happens. You're knocked out of the top 10 if you're not in the top 5 whenever you get shut out completely in your home field. So it's definitely a little bit of a shock to still see them ranked like they are. But, yeah, I think you're right. I mean, Seneca came ready to play on offense last week on the rushing attack, and at some point you're going to start seeing 8, 9 guys in the box.
I mean, you may see 8 or 9 guys in the box, but until teams can prove they can stop it, even if you send 8 or 9 guys in the box, I would still continue to run the ball.
Coach, defensively, the Indians weren't sharp on their first drive last Friday night with a couple penalties. We've heard from Coach Hilburn say that he's okay with those aggressive judgment type of penalties, judgment call type of penalties, that the referee's just going to throw that flag if he believes it's there. What does Seneca need to do to play sound football on the defensive side and eliminate those penalties?
Well, the defensive line is the key here, because they're fast enough, they're quick enough, and they have the other team's offensive line has a hard time blocking them, and they can't get to our linebackers. And our linebackers have been fast and quick and filling the right holes and making good reads. And if you can do that, man, it's a long night, as Nevada found out last week.
A long night in the sense that you're on the losing end, but it made it for a short night because you got a running clock in the second half with throwing the shutout that Seneca's defense did. I think you're right up front. Got to get more sound up front. I say more sound. Really, they're putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and they're probably throwing that ball before the receivers are coming out of the route, which sometimes you do. But the Seneca defenders are right there on top of them. We've seen multiple pass interference penalties tonight, and we haven't even gotten to talk about Monett yet, but we're going to see a lot of passing tonight. Well, we'll talk about that in just a second. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say that our receivers, our defensive backs have been on them and playing aggressive, and you can't hardly fault that.
Yeah.
You just try to get better in position, but you can't hardly fault the aggressiveness.
Yeah, they're right on position. They're allowed to have a hand on a receiver as long as they're not pushing. They extend that arm. That's going to make it really easy for that official to call, especially in high school football. That's going to be easier for them to call. So definitely have to be aware of your hand position on a receiver whenever the ball is in the air. We're going to take another break here, another 30-second break. We come back, we'll have more pregame show for you, your countdown to kickoff sponsors, People's Bank of Seneca and Prater's Pharmacy.
The Seneca R7 School District is proud to support the student athletes and coaches competing in this game. High school activities help students learn life values such as hard work, dedication, and teamwork. The Seneca R7 School District is honored to serve such a great community and wants to thank all the Indian fans for their great support. The Seneca R7 School District. Tradition, pride, class.
And welcome back here to Tom Hodge Field at Earl Campbell Stadium. It's time for our Southwest shout-out. Now, lately it's been the last week, and this week it's going to be something to do with Seneca sports. 2 weeks previous, that was district assignments, and also the media polls came out 2 weeks ago. This week we're going to stay with Seneca. We stayed with the Seneca youth programs last week. This week we're going to go into the Seneca softball team, a team that only has 10 players and has found their way to win 3 of their last 5. Now, Ben just gave me an update on that prior to coming on the air. I think they're playing in Branson this weekend, and Ben said they won 1 out of 3 today. But they've won 3 out of their last 5 prior to today. They defeated Cassville 2-1 last Thursday, defeated Logan Rogersville last Friday 5-3, lost to Carl Junction, and then beat Aurora 12-9, and then fell to a tough Nevada team last night 5-3. Now, Ben says that they also beat Logan Rogersville again today, lost to Washington, and Ben, help me out. Who's the other team they lost to today?
Joplin.
So they played
go ahead.
Class 6 school, so you're playing up quite a bit. We only have our 10 players, but they're doing an excellent job. They're working hard. They're battling every single day, so we want to give a shout-out to those softball players. That team is made up of freshmen Jolie King, sophomores Kesley Plattner and Abigail Steltz, junior Rayleigh Davis, and seniors Maddie Collinsworth, Callie Fields, Ashton Lanham, McKaylee Mitchell, and Callie Rhodes, who hit 2 home runs the other night in a game. We've seen her hit 3 last year in a game as well.
Yeah, she hit a home run last night as well, so she's really finding her stroke. Maddie Collinsworth also hit a home run last night. I think Daryl and I talked yesterday, going into that game, if you were down 4-3 in the bottom of the 6th and you had runners at second and third with a chance to take the lead, I think you would have taken that. And so it just seems like, we've seen them a lot the past 2 weeks, and we'll see a lot of them. They have a rematch with Joplin on Monday. That's a 3 p.m. start up the hill at the athletic complex, and we'll be there for that. Then Tuesday, Thursday, home Big 8 play. And so they're really busy at this point, but it just seems like the more and more they play, Daryl, the more confident they get.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been working in the same spot, for all this time. Rhodes is getting better and comfortable pitching. Collinsworth coming in. Maddie Collinsworth has done a great job coming in and relieving Rhodes at her pitching position, and she's getting more confidence, and the girls are getting more confidence behind her, and they're starting to make plays behind the pitchers, and if you can do that, then you got a chance to win.
If Callie Rhodes is on, she can pitch with anybody. I mean, we saw that with the 2-1 win over Cassville. Cassville, one of the better teams in Seneca's district. Nevada, the best team in Seneca's district, and they only lost to them 5-3. And they do get to see them the last week of the regular season as well, because due to the contraction of the Big 8, and there's only 6 fall softball teams, you're doing a round robin where you see everybody a home and home. Monett's the last one for Seneca to face before you get to the second half of the season.
Well, they're definitely battling hard, definitely continuing to improve. The unfortunate thing is you have 5 seniors out of 10 players. So if you're listening to this game and you're like to play softball in the Seneca area, Seneca school district, come out and play. Coach Allie Stolte and Coach Susan Beville are doing a great job for these girls. I'm sure they're having a lot of fun. Even though the results may not show up on the field, I bet you they're having a lot of fun and continue to work hard every day to improve themselves. Similar to how Coach Hilburn says 1% better every day, I'm sure Coach Stolte and Coach Beville have continued to let their girls improve on their softball game or whatever capacity that might be. Some girls getting thrown into roles that they're not familiar with playing with, and they're doing a great job picking up some wins so far this year. Seneca, by the numbers, 1,517 total yards, 56% completion percentage, 170 passing yards, 2 turnovers while forcing 6. We're going to take another break. We come back. We'll have more pregame show for you right after this.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
A proud backer of the Seneca Indians is Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca. Located at 1101 Cherokee, they are honored to serve the area with traditional service options including church and graveside services. They also have prearranged funeral plans. For more information, the phone number for Funeral Director Mike Steele at Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca is 417-776-2251 or online campbell-biddlecomefh.com.
Churches everywhere preach that heaven and hell are real, and that a relationship with Jesus Christ is the only way to get to heaven.
When you hear such a message, you can do one of two things.
Billy Graham.
First, you can reject it, laugh it off, take it lightly, or you can weigh the facts, heed the warning, and gauge your life and actions accordingly, and repent of your sins, and turn to Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior.
So what does repent of your sins mean? It means you're sorry for the sins that you've committed, and you ask the Lord to help you stop sinning.
It is never too late to repent, never too late to turn to Christ. All the way through the scriptures, it teaches that God is a God of love, forgiveness, and mercy.
And He wants you to know all three. Someone is ready to talk with you right now when you call 888-388-2683. That's 888-388-2683. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
At ProLube Tire and Auto Center, we know what it means to rely on your vehicle. We race all year and know how to get that extra inch out of every part. Precision, quality, and reliability are not just words to us. It's what we do every day. We know you rely on your vehicle to perform for your family. From oil changes to full-on repairs, ProLube gives you the best racetrack team experience, so you can be worry-free.
ProLube Tire and Auto Center, where we get it right on the road and the track.
And we welcome you back to Tom Hodge Field here in Seneca, Missouri. We're under 30 minutes to go before we have the kickoff of this contest tonight. It's time for the blast from the past. Last week we looked at the team of this week we're going to look at the team of 1992. We're looking to see how they did that year. They finished with a record of 7-4. They started the season with a 4-0 with wins over Mac, Lamar, Neosho, and Aurora. They lost their first game of the season against El Dorado 14-7. They came back and beat East Newton 42-7. Then they went 2-2 over their final 4 games. That year, Seneca was number 2 in all of Southwest Missouri football with 3,167 rushing yards on 484 attempts, averaging 316 yards per game.
That doesn't seem bad.
That's not too shabby for a 11 game schedule. I have 11 here, but I may have messed up my numbers on that, so I do apologize. The defense only allowed 92 points all season, only 9.2 points per game. Their 92 points allowed in the season ranks 14th all-time for a Seneca defense, according to the numbers that I have. Seneca overall on offense being only beat by Aurora 13 yards. As far as total offense that season, Aurora had 3,589. Seneca had 3,589. Mac Whitehead led all of Southwest Missouri football with 2,015 yards rushing, averaging 201 yards per game. Those named to the all-conference team, first team all-conference tackle, Travis Radigan, guard Eddie Snow, running back Mac Whitehead, who was unanimous, and defense first team defensive tackle Travis Smith. Second team offense, Roger Mars at guard on the defensive side. Defensive end Justin Forrest, nose guard Eddie Snow, and Jason Kivett at defensive back. Honorable mention Chad Adams at tight end, and Travis Radigan at linebacker. All-District was running back Mac Whitehead, and All-State was Mac Whitehead. We salute the team of 1992, another great team of Seneca's history of tradition, pride, and class. We'll be back with the Coaches Show right after this.
Do you go somewhere after death, or do you just die?
That's a pretty heavy question, but Billy Graham knew where you could find the answer.
The Bible teaches that there's something in man beyond the body, and the Bible calls it soul. The soul is the essence of who you are, your mind, your emotions, your will, your personality. There is an eternal destiny for every soul, and it's determined by the choices we make here on earth. The loss of a soul is tragic because death renders it permanent for all eternity. The good news is that God offers eternal life to every soul.
You can have that assurance when you begin a relationship with God's Son, Jesus Christ. Want to find out more? Go to findpeacewithgod.com. Then once there, click on Begin a Relationship with Jesus Christ. That's at findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
It's time for the Cody Hoburn Coaches Show. The Coaches Show is sponsored by Prater's Pharmacy and New Mac Electric. Now here's Seth Wilson and head coach Cody Hoburn.
Friday night we saw one of the best defensive performances we've seen from the Indians so far this year, throwing their first shutout of the season while 2 starters were absent from the lineup. We spoke up in the past about how Coach Crane and his efforts to put the game plan against opposing offenses. I'm sure each coach has a role on defense, but break down for us what a supporting staff and the coach, who the coaches are, what they do to get ready for a Friday night game.
Yeah, these guys do a ton throughout the week. Everybody has a set of responsibilities starting early Saturday morning, and Coach Crane on the defensive side, they have everything's broke down into who's responsible for what, and certain coaches tag different data into our film software, and then it's a slow build on Saturday through Saturday evening, and then by Sunday morning, the defensive staff has every formation the opposing team runs on the board and how we're going to align to it, our base alignment. And on Sundays, that's where I sit down with Coach Crane and we meet to discuss the defensive game plan. And then on Monday, they piece together the scouting report and we give that to the kids. After I speak on Mondays, we have a defensive meeting. They go through the scouting report, all their alignments, and then we head out to practice and get our base install in. From that moment on, everything's filmed in practice, and our coaches individually send out individual cut-ups throughout the week, every single day. And all those guys do a great job. Eric Yoakum does our defensive backs. He's also heading up our special teams this year, where it's allowing me to be assistant on the special teams. That's probably why we're better on special teams, to be honest with you. He does a tremendous job, very detailed on that. And then our defensive line, we got Coach Adams, who does our interior defensive linemen, our DTs, and Coach Pendergraft that does our DNs. And then on a week like Nevada, that you have to play a different defensive front. We had to move over another offensive coach to help on the defensive side. We moved over Coach Derb to work with our outside linebackers as well. And we're a 4-3 defense, but we're going to play the front that gives us a chance to be the most successful. And we haven't played our base defense since week 1. Played our base defense against Cassville, and then we had to get into our nickel front week 2, and then we had to get into a 4-4 look to defend Nevada. And that's our philosophy. We're going to put our kids in the best position possible to have success. And those guys just work a tremendous amount of hours. And I think sometimes we just see the time they spend on the practice field and on the games. But guys, they're there after practice. We don't leave the office till around 8:30 on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, breaking things down, and them being willing to do that, I think is what gives our chance to have our kids the chance to have so much success.
Offensively, you were able to score on every possession except one that didn't conclude in the half of the game. Just one turnover this past week. We've seen a lineup of Brody Probert in the backfield the last 2 weeks to give in more weapons for your offense. We've covered the offensive line's preparation last week. Walk us through a typical week's practice film schedule for your quarterbacks. Is there a lot of film review that goes on, similar to what the defense does, similar to what the offense does? Talk us through a little bit of the quarterback side of stuff.
Yeah, the biggest thing with the quarterback is the mental prep, and it may not appear like it at times, but we tweak our game plan each week, and there's a new set of play action passes that we may use and we may not use each week. But we have to tweak our passing game based on the coverages we get, and we have to tweak our run game a little bit on who we're reading and keying and things like that. So they're the first group that gets met with to start a week on Monday. They come in 45 minutes before our team does, and we just me and them have a quarterbacks meeting alone, and we walk through the entire game plan, and we're on the board. Times we got to go back to the previous game and address a few things, but they have to start understanding the mental side of things. And this week it's a different front, so we have to read some different people in the run game, so they have to understand who the read guy is in that, and then what coverage is being played in the back end and why we're calling certain plays. And for me, I feel like they need to understand the entire game plan. So the mental side of things is huge for the quarterback, and the same thing throughout the week. We're constantly addressing film clips of us through practice, and we really try to spend a lot of time just on us, our footwork and things like that, just constantly cleaning up things that will allow them to have more success.
It's been said in the Big Eight that you've got to be able to run the football in such a physical conference to be successful. These first 3 weeks, you haven't went to the passing game much other than the 2-minute offense at the end of the half against Mount Vernon, I believe it was. Is the strategy going to change as the season progresses, or is there a need for you to do that since you basically just taking what the offense gives you so far?
Yeah, it's been kind of weird, and this will change, I'm guessing soon. But with as much success as we've had running the football, we haven't had really a truly loaded box. And what we look for in that is just a numbers game for us. And anytime the numbers are right for us to run the football, we're going to run the football. And that's who we are. But as soon as they start getting what we call +1 or +2 in the box, we have to be able to throw it. And each week we went in with probably 8 different play action passes that we just haven't had to get to. Man, we're not going to something that I used to probably do that I don't do anymore. We're never going to force the issue. And there's times we feel like we have a really good play action pass play and I want to run it, and it's just not the time to do it. And the play that we hit, the halfback pass to Brody, that's a play that's been in since week 1, and we hadn't used it because corners have been staying deep, and we come out and we were getting pressed on the edge into the boundary there, and it was a perfect time to use the play. And we have some other stuff ready to go when we need it, but if we have a light box and they're allowing us to run the football, that's where we're going to stay.
This last week, Jace Renfro, we saw him get in the hip pocket of linemen and chase down backs from behind. We've seen Miller and Adams break through the line and make plays. We saw Ginger using his length to break down passes before from the quarterback. Talk to us a little bit about your character, your players you have on your team, what kind of kids they are to make sure that they're doing the responsibility you guys coach them throughout the week.
I'm telling you, I thought we had our best week of practice last week, and we had some adversity with some kids going down, and just the next guy stepped up. And every week you have to be locked in, but when you play Nevada's offense, I mean, you cannot make mistakes. You just can't. And it's 11 guys having to do their job on every single play. And every kid had such a tough job to do. And I'm not going to talk about who we were keying and things like this, but they had to lock into their key. And we saw some kids grow up the other night, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, but we just have a lot of new starters that need reps. And you watch kids, and I hate saying names because I'm going to leave people out, but you talk about kids like Hunter Haynes and Drew Sherwood that in a game like that have to be part of the run fit. And little Hunter Haynes leads us in tackles with 9 tackles and played on the line of scrimmage from that corner safety role, and Drew did the same. And Jace Renfro was frustrated throughout the week because what we were asking at that position was tough, and at times he didn't know if he could play the technique that we were asking him to play over and over again. And then he comes out there Friday night and he does it perfectly, and a lot of that credit goes to our scout team. And we try to go hard enough on Tuesdays and Wednesdays that the game slows down a little bit on Friday night for us. I think the speed that we presented in practice was similar to what we got on Friday night.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
Monett comes to town this week with a new coach, new system, offense and defense. We know they're going to spread the ball around. How do you guys prepare for a team in your secondary when so far they've been primarily run support like you just talked about through the first 3 games? We saw Mount Vernon throw about 20-25 passes, but I imagine we'll see a little bit more from Monett.
Yeah, we may be there till 11 o'clock Friday night. They're going to throw the ball about 60 times, so they're going to spread it all over the field. And a lot of it's quick passing game, which they would probably consider just outside runs. They're high completion passing, and it does force you to do different stuff again, and I hate that. I want to settle into a base front, but what they do with as many formations, we're going to see empty 3x2, we're going to see quads, we're going to see 5 to a side, we're going to see bunches, all kinds of stuff. So we have to have some checks in our secondary, which isn't something we like to do. We want to keep it pretty basic in the back end, and we have to have some new stuff in this week to take away some of the stuff they do. And so it's an important week for those guys, but I think it's coming at a good time. We had to challenge our run game last week, and now our back end's going to get challenged. So it's an exciting time to see what we can do.
If you look at Monett's roster up front, they are big, 6'3", 280, 6'6", 250. So there's some big guys up front. What's the strategy to get pressure on the quarterback if they're going to be dropping back 50, 60 times a game when they have such an impressive size, such an impressive wingspan for a high school football team?
Yeah, pressure is tough because, like I said, a lot of their stuff is timing, and he's going to catch the ball and get the ball out, so it's tough to get pressure on him. But at times, if we can get him in those 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10 situations, now they've got to throw the ball down the field, and that's the time that you got to get pressure on. But more importantly, our defensive line has to be a part of the quick game. And when you can't get home, you got to get your hands up and try to get deflections. When they run their screen game, you have to feel yourself not getting blocked and get back down the line of scrimmage. And that's just as important, getting pressure on the quarterback.
Defensively, again, new coach, new system. What do you really expect to see from the defensive side of the ball?
It's been a challenge this week and really tough prep because they're very unique on the defensive side of the ball. We're going to see a 6-1 front is what they base out of with a tilt nose, and it's tough. It's a one-level defense that they force a lot of single blocks, and we like to double team people. So we got to win some singles this week, and it's a challenge to our offensive line to do that. One of our keys is to win the first level, because if you do, you got a chance for some explosive plays. But the problem is they create a lot of negative plays through their front. So once again, challenge for our offensive line, but I like our guys.
You've been listening to the Cody Hoburn Coaches Show. The Coaches Show is sponsored by Prater's Pharmacy and New Mac Electric. We'll be back with more Indians football after this on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
People's Bank of Seneca is proud to support this portion of the game. They offer banking services including checking and savings accounts, CDs, and loans for individuals and businesses. They have locations in the Seneca and Joplin areas and are online at peoplesbankofseneca.com. People's Bank of Seneca, proud supporters of the Seneca Indians. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour wrecker service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
The staff at Mid-America Specialty Markets, along with Jamie and Terry Langford, are proud to serve our community and support the local high school students in their extracurricular activities this school year. Langford Insurance specializes in life, agribusiness, commercial, and personal insurance needs. Please stop by and see us at our office at 908 Washington Avenue, or call us at 417-776-LIFE, or visit us at midaminsurance.com.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
And we welcome you back to Tom Hodge Field here at Earl Campbell Stadium as we're 11 minutes away from kickoff. Tonight, Seneca hosts Monett. A matchup dates back to 1976. Seneca holds the overall advantage 33-18. Monett, like we mentioned a while ago, has a new coach in Ben Mock, who is a former Cincinnati Bearcat and Wake Forest Demon Deacon. He also brings with him some family to coach, including former Mizzou quarterback Matty Mock. His dad is also on the staff. Why is that significant, you might ask? The style of offense they run. Ben Malk previously held the national high school records for completion, passing attempts, passing yards, and total yards. Those records were then broken by his brother Matty a couple years later for the national high school records. That style of offense we'll see tonight. Lots of passing, 40, 50, 60 attempts tonight's game. Spread offense, empty sets with 5 wideouts, quads. You name the spread formation, they're going to put it on the field for sure. Ben, we haven't seen a team throw as much as Monett game plans to do since Springfield Catholic several years ago, back when I'm drawing a blank on the quarterback's name. He went on to play at Army, I believe it was. What does Seneca defense need to do to hold strong against this no-huddle, up-tempo offense that Monett will throw at you?
Well, Seneca likes playing man-to-man, so you got to win those man-to-man matchups. And then the other thing is you got to get pressure on the quarterback. If you can get pressure on the quarterback, all of a sudden things speed up for that quarterback. Quarterback's number 12. I don't have his name in front of me.
Washik.
And if you can get some pressure on him, it'll speed things up for him, and it could be a long night for him. But if you don't get pressure, the advantage goes to the offense, which I'm sure Daryl can talk about more. But
when Coach Harbaugh said something a while ago when we were asking the question about what Seneca's defense needs to do to eliminate some penalties, it was because the pressure comes so much from up front. Now, Monett will like to get the ball out in space, let their playmakers make plays on the edge, tunnel screens, bubble screens, etc. So they're going to do that a lot tonight. So if you're the Indians, some pressure is going to be great, but also you've got to be able to watch your guy, make sure you make the tackle at the point of attack rather than let him get 10, 15 yards downfield before you make any contact with the guy who receives the ball.
You also got to be able to tackle in space because there's a lot of one-on-one matchups. And if you lose your one-on-one matchup, like you said, those gains that may be 5 or 10 yards all of a sudden go down to 15, 20, 30, 40, all the way to the end zone.
Yeah, that's going to be key to keep them out of the end zone tonight. Like I said, they put up 18 against Aurora last week, 22 against Nevada in week 1, and then just 14 against Stratford. But Stratford threw the kitchen sink at them. It sounded like 69-14 the final score there.
Stratford's pretty good. Stratford actually in the same district as Mount Vernon, so that could potentially be a quarterfinal matchup if
that could be a shootout
if both teams get that far.
If both teams are up in the upper 40s as far as scoring average, that's going to be a shootout, possibly for a district championship game. Defensively, they ran a 7-man front against a run-heavy Nevada. They had a 7 and then like a diamond formation behind the front 7. It was one of the most unusual defenses I've ever seen, almost like a 7-1-2-1, almost like a what you call in a basketball press. It's a 2-1-1 or a 2-1-2 or something like that. Anyway, they're going to have potentially a 7-man up front type of defensive front coach. They're big. They're big up front with a big wingspan. What do the Indians need to do to climb to the second level and open up the running lanes on the offensive side of the football?
Well, what I've seen out of them on film is, just like you said, Ben or Seth, they get into a 6 front, 7 front, just one linebacker, sometimes 2, sometimes 1. But you got to beat them to the edge. If you beat them to the edge, then you spread them out, and then you're going to be able to run the ball up the middle, fake the edge runs and run the ball up the middle. If they come out cramming the top, I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Hilburn doesn't try to go over the top.
Well, they know we're such a run-heavy team. They know about our three-headed monster that we have in the backfield, averaging close to 100 yards a game. They know that's what we want to do, similar to how that's what Nevada wants to do. I almost bet you that coach starts out with maybe a little play action if we get the ball to start the first game to start this evening. We're going to step aside for an inspo break. We come back, we'll have the keys to victory and key players right after this.
A lot of people put Billy Graham on a pedestal. They thought if anyone could get into heaven by being a good Christian, Mr. Graham would make the cut. But he was the first person to disagree with that.
I can't live the Christian life. Billy Graham is a total flop when it comes to living the Christian life.
Wow, so if Billy Graham couldn't do it on his own, what hope do you and I have to get into heaven? Mr. Graham knew that hope comes from God.
You don't inherit it. You don't deserve it. God gives it by grace. God just gives it to you if you reach up and receive by faith. If we confess with our mouths the Lord Jesus and believe in our hearts that God hath raised him from the dead, we shall be saved. You have to believe he's the Son of God, that he died for you, that he rose again, that he's alive.
Have more questions? Check out our website, findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
And we welcome you back to Tom Hodge Field here as the Seneca starting lineups are being announced. As you see, Kai Adams and Roman Miller make their way onto the football field. Drew Sherwood, Brody Probert, and Caden Klaus make their way out on the football field tonight. As the home crowd is big, they're enthusiastic. All the youth are out here tonight. They got honored before the game. Your kindergarten through sixth graders here tonight. As apparently there's a train that's made its way onto the field. Watch out, there's a train here. But back to the game pregame show as your countdown kickoff sponsors are brought to you by People's Bank of Seneca and Prater's Pharmacy. Ben, we'll start with keys to victory as we have a little bit of time before the coin toss. Keys to victory tonight.
Well, I think you're going to want to try and control the ball, so I think you're going to have to be able to run the ball. And then the other thing is force turnovers. With how much that they're going to try and pass, that gives you a lot of opportunities to pick off the pass as well. So I think you got to create turnovers and be able to control the ball and make it a very long night for this Monett team.
Well, I don't want to jump ahead into key players, but Blaze Graham sat out last week on defense. Hopefully he's able to come back tonight and play a little bit of defense because he'll be needed in that second level, playing free safety, roaming around. Hopefully he can have a couple picks. Coach, what do you have for key victories tonight?
Key to victory is just making tackles in open space because they run the ball and they hand it off, but they got to throw it 30 yards sideways to hand it off, and then they try to block on the edges and run the football down the field. They're going to make big plays. They're going to make big plays. That's what I'd be telling the defense. But I tell the defense also to hang in there, and you can lose the battle, just don't lose the war.
They will like to be an up-tempo offense. Saw them against Nevada go no huddle. We'll see if that continues tonight with the coaches' mock as they decide to play on their offensive strategy. And key players tonight, Ben, what do you have?
I think offensively, Roman Miller needs to have a big night running the football. With a three-headed monster last week, he had a very quiet, what we call a quiet evening for him, and he needs to have a big night for the Indians to have success. And then you look defensively, Sherwood, Haynes, you mentioned Blaze Graham, those guys in the back side of the defensive back safeties, Caden Klaus in there as well, all need to have good nights tackling and covering against this Monett offense.
And Coach, who do you have for key players tonight?
Key players tonight, they throw the ball so much that you've got to cover the guys on the outside and our outside linebackers. They're going to be out of the box this week. They're not going to be stacked in thinking the read keys on the pulling guards. They're going to be outside the box making their read keys on the quick passes and the slants and the tunnel screens. They better be on tonight.
Well, Coach, you last week when we had the halfback pass with Brody Probert making one of the top 10 plays in the area, top 5 plays in the area, you said, watch out, boys, watch this. Coach Hilburn gave me a little bit of a sneak peek when I spoke to him this week about what their plan is, but I'm not going to give that away. I'm not going to reveal my hand because it's going to be fun to watch for sure as Coach Harbaugh makes his way out on the field. Captains tonight for the Indians, we see Ryan Owens out there dressed in street clothes. Hopefully he's able to return soon. Nolan Napier, Diego Amaya, and Hagan Ginger. And for your Monett Cubs, number 15, Josh Elisis, number 21, Riley Ray, number 33, Walker Bradow, and the last one is 21, Mong. So as the coaches shake hands out there, they're giving their instructions from the referee, and Coach Harbaugh's listening to what they have to say as they make their way back to the sidelines. Coach Mock and Coach Hilburn make their way back to the sidelines. Go ahead, Coach. You got you down there on the field.
I think he's just listening at the moment.
Just listening.
Tails is called. And it's heads, and Seneca has won the toss.
So Seneca will probably defer to the second half, and they do just that.
So we will kick.
Seneca will be kicking off to start this game. Monett will be on offense, so Seneca's defense is going to get tested here early on. We'll take a quick 30-second break. We'll come back. We'll have the kickoff for you here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians.
And we welcome you back here to Tom Hodge Field as we're a minute away from kickoff. Your countdown to kickoff sponsors, People's Bank of Seneca and Prater's Pharmacy. You look across the way at the big guys for Monett. They are big indeed. I see guys at 6'6", 308, 6'3", 280, 6'3", 275. Very, very big up front. Hopefully Seneca's speed will allow them to get around those big guys, get away from their wingspan if they decide to go much of any running game. Obviously, the passing game, it's going to be a little bit tricky for them because Seneca's pretty quick up front. They had some success against Nevada because they were able to put 22 points on the board against Nevada.
I think about Mount Vernon and Nevada. Both Mount Vernon and Nevada had big guys, and that didn't seem to matter too much to Seneca. So Seneca always one of the smaller teams in the Big 8 and really throughout Class 3, and it doesn't seem to matter to them.
Seneca makes their way out on the field here, trying to get the crowd pumped up. Seneca wearing their all red uniforms, white helmets, white numbers. Monett wearing their white tops, gold pants, white helmets as
they're expecting an onside kick.
Expecting an onside kick for sure as they're bringing 7 guys up to the front of the line here at the 49-yard line, expecting an onside kick here from Drew Sherwood. We haven't seen one yet, but I think it's because the huddle look makes teams a little bit wary of that because we've seen teams break out of that huddle and onside it.
And go quick, yeah. Sherwood's done a good job lately of kickoffs.
That he has been. As he gets his steps, has the go-ahead, and it's going to bounce down to about the 24-yard line, take a weird roll, and it's going to be picked up right there and tackled immediately, coming down 65, and number 50, Connell Trueluck, and Brock Pendergraph on the hit for the Indians. It'll be first down and 10 for Monett at their own 21-yard line.
Good job by Drew Sherwood. He kind of deadened it in a spot over there, and Monett had a hard time grabbing it, and by the time they grab it, the linemen are down, not linemen, but the upmen are down there already for Seneca.
4 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Empty set for Washik in the backfield. Now, fellas, it could be just my eyes and the allergies, but are those numbers really hard to read from up here?
No, it's not just you. It's a slant, a bad throw.
Quick hitter, and it's well behind the intended target. And intended target number 22, Nestle Road. And that's going to be incomplete, second down and 10.
And we are underway with throw number 1 of about 60.
I can tell you, Seth, those numbers are hard to read from down here.
Okay, so it's not me then. Okay. Again, same set for Monett, empty set for receivers to the near side. Now they're going to look over to the sideline. Is Washik. He's got Umfleet on the near side. I believe that's number 8 over here too, either Lopez or Soriano. Now they're going to bunch up a little bit as they bring their furthest receiver in a little bit towards the rest of the receiving core. They're looking for the quick screen pass. That's going to be caught and held on to. I believe that's number 35. That's going to go to Meeks. And Meeks has got a few yards there. Ball's going to go up to about the 32-yard line.
Third down and 2 here. And
so third down 2.
What Quads does there is they're just trying to basically rub route and confuse the defense and get in the wash as they go quickly on the screen over there.
Probert's going to trip him up just enough. Got the ball out to Umfleet quickly on the screen pass. And Probert gives chase and is able to take him down from behind. Only getting about 1 yard on the play.
4th and 1. Oh, they may re-spot it here, and they may measure. It looks like he's short, and they're not gonna measure here. It's 4th and inches basically at this point, but it looks like they're going to punt, and they're going to reset the game clock to 25. You got to be wary of a fake here. Seneca doesn't have anybody back. Just wary of the fact that it's a short potential kick here, as he's going to run it up the middle.
He's going to run it. He's probably got it. I think he got to the 35-yard line. I misspoke a while ago. I thought they had first down on their own 21. The ball was actually placed at the 24, so I misspoke a while ago. Either way, they got it to the 35-yard line to pick up a 2 on the play, first down and 10.
When you only need inches, he didn't get much space, but he got just enough.
And that was Umfleet. I believe that's Colin Umfleet, younger brother of Ethan Umfleet that played several years ago for Monett. Trips to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side. Washington going to drop back to pass. He's going to look, and Jace Renfro is going to bring him down from behind, pulls him down by his shirt collar for a big loss as the junior nose guard breaks through and gets the first sack of the evening. Back to the 25 they go, a loss of 10 on the play. Going to make it 2nd down and 20.
If you can get there, you can get those big losses like we talked about. This quarterback sometimes has a hard time getting the ball out if he's got pressure on up the middle.
Good coverage downfield, too. Almost a coverage sack there. 2nd down and 20. Now they're going to go for the tunnel screen, and Jace Renfro upends the intended target and puts him on his back and knocks his helmet off as well. They try to run a little tunnel screen, and that was intended for Nestle Road, and Jace Renfro picked him up and took him down just like he does in wrestling during the winter season.
Got to be a little careful there.
That was nothing but a form tackle there. He picked him up and tackled him just like he should. 4 receivers now to the near side.
That was absolutely perfect what that was.
And now
behind the line of scrimmage, which is legal.
And he's got to come out of the game because his helmet popped off, so they'll have to sub somebody out. 3rd down and 20, 9:48 to go here in the first quarter of play.
Your Seneca, you got your safeties basically sitting right around that 1st down marker. Can't let anybody behind you.
3rd down and 20. Nestle Road going to roll out a little bit to the right. He's got pressure in his face. That's going to be called by Umfleet over the middle. Roman Miller's going to give chase. Not able to get to him. Umfleet's across midfield. Now spin move. And he's going to be finally brought down from behind by Kai Adams as it went everybody to this other side. Umfleet had a drag route going back across the other way. And Miller was just a little bit behind him. So a big chunk play there for Monett.
And that's what we talk about, where you get lost in the wash there. And he went all the way across. And that's the missed tackle, one-on-one as well.
A 40-yard play there for Washik and Umfleet. Now they're going to throw the tunnel screen again to Umfleet. Umfleet's going to get it, and he's going to be brought down by Roman Miller. Now the ball's on the ground.
I don't think they ever...
I thought he maybe tried to pitch it back, but Umfleet's going to lose some yards, about 5 yards back to the 40-yard line.
I thought it's at the 30, you're right, 40-yard line.
So a loss of 5 on the play.
I thought the same thing you did, Seth. But
he tried to pitch it at the last second. It's a good thing he didn't, because Roman Miller and Kai Adams would have had that one for sure. 9 minutes to go here in the first quarter of play. On the opening drive is the Cubs. 3 receivers to the far side, 2 receivers to the near side. On the near side is Meeks and Soriano. Empty set, Washik dropping back to pass. Brock Pendergraph going to give chase. The ball's going to be caught. Nope, incomplete. Good job by Hunter Haynes to recover and break that one out of Soriano's hands. And it's going to make it 3rd down and 15.
Make sure you stay tuned after tonight's game for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Also, check out our live scoreboard during the game. Go to kneo.org/sports. Click on the scoreboard link to get the latest scores from games around the area as they're happening. You know, it was 3rd and 20 last time, and they were able to get 40. You got to make sure you wrap up.
Watch the screen and go. Watch him for the bubble screen. The outside receiver just take off running downfield, and that's exactly what they're going to look to do. It's an inside tunnel screen. This time he's going to be hit hard immediately by Jace Renfro. Now there's a penalty flag sitting at the 39-yard line, probably in the area of holding. Good job by Renfro to take him down, and it should be a holding penalty.
And I would decline it because it makes it 4th down and 12.
We're just waiting the official word as the ball sits at the 38. They're waving it off. They're going to wave it off. So the ball's going to sit at the 38. Go ahead,
Coach. He's
Coach.
looking for legal man downfield, but he threw the ball behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he got that ball to number 8, I believe it was, maybe 16 on that far side, or 22. They just change positions so many times. It's kind of hard to keep up with where they all go. Empty set as it's 4th down and 13 here on the 38-yard line. 8.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter.
Somebody's got to get home.
Seneca almost jumping off sides. Hagen Ginger jumped a little bit, and now there's a penalty flag as the center faked the snap. Jace Renfro and Hagen Ginger called it out. It is going to be a false start, marching it back 5 yards.
Kind of interesting there. It took them a while to actually decide, and now I think you may punt and try and pin them deep.
I don't think they have punt in their playbook. I think they have the Pulaski Academy out of Little Rock, Arkansas mentality. You don't punt, you always go for 2, and you always onside kick. I don't know if they get to that level yet, but that's what Pulaski Academy used to do down in Arkansas, brought them to Law State Championships. Empty set once again. Washik's going to look to throw. Caden Klaus is going to come over, and he's going to almost intercept that when he goes up over the top, and he runs into Probert. They're both a little slow to get up off the turf, but it's going to be turnover on downs.
It's a better play that he didn't intercept it because you get the ball at the 43-yard line instead of your own 18.
And now Seneca can go and see what they can do on the offensive side of the ball.
That just about took both quarterbacks out.
It did. You would have been down to Brant Laughlin coming into play. Seneca, ball on their own 43-yard line. 8:04 to go here in the first quarter. Seneca on their first possession of the game after holding strong after a big play from Monett that got them 40 yards.
Sometimes after a big play, you go for it all. We'll see if they try that here.
Trips to the near side. Tyrone Harris going to go in motion, and he's going to get the handoff on the jet motion. Blaze Graham blocking for him. Harris makes one guy miss. He loses the ball, and it's brought back immediately by Monett. As he had the ball out there, tried to stutter step, got hit hard, and coming up to fumble recovery is number 2, Miles Young.
It was a good run there by Harris. You just got to protect it a little bit better, as only one play there. For Seneca Community Bank and Trust, proudly serving our customers for the past 140 years. You may visit their branch at 1102 South Cherokee for all your banking needs. Member FDIC, an equal housing member.
And you know nobody feels worse than Tyrone. He's going to make sure that he holds on to the ball next time for sure. Split out to the near side is Meeks.
They'll probably be going for a home run here.
On the far side, they've got 4 receivers. In the slot position is Umfleet. Soriano over there as well. And Washington going to roll out to the left. He's going to look for the out route to Umfleet. He's going to be wrapped up and taken down by Hunter Haynes. Excuse me, that's going to go to number 22. Late flag comes flying in.
I didn't see what happened, but I think it happened after the play, and it is on Monett. So if it's after the play, the down would count. But if it's during the play, I think they called it during the play because I think it's still first down, they said. But instead of second and 5, it's first and about 18.
Yeah, he didn't say dead ball. He just said personal foul. So that's going to bring him all the way back to the 41-yard line. It's from a spot of the foul.
So first and 19.
All the way back to the 41.
Nope, that'd be 18.
There we go.
I had it right the first time.
Don't doubt your math, Ben. 7:46 to go here. Seneca has had 1 play of offense so far in this first half. Trips to the near side, 1 receiver to the far side. 4 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side.
You got to watch those crossing routes, try and mess up the Seneca defenders.
Washik has a low snap. He's going to get eluded low in the Napier's pressure. Now Roman Miller going to get pressure as well. It's going to be caught by Soriano, and he's going to be wrestled down to the ground by Hunter Haynes. A pickup of 4 on the play to the 45-yard line. Second down and 14.
Good job there by Haynes. You're kind of willing to give up 3 or 4 yards, but, you know, we were talking with some of the Monett guys beforehand, and he goes, yeah, you know, we have 20 penalties a game, and they're legit penalties. And, I mean, every one of these has been, you know, I wouldn't say any of them have been ticky-tack so far.
Second down, 14. Trips to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side.
Yeah, you got Stack here.
Washik going to look to throw again. Got pressure in his face. It's going to be caught right over the middle. Roman Miller can't bring him down, and he's going to be finally brought down by Blaze Graham. Caught by Elias. First down for Monett all the way down on the 29-yard line.
Right now, Seneca just having trouble with those crossers. So we're 38 seconds away from a water break as I snap it quickly here on a crossing, and he misses it.
Intended target was Soriano, and it's incomplete.
They're just going so quick, Seth. I'm trying to help you out.
No, that's fine. 26-yard pickup.
Yeah, we've been playing man under. I just wish they would get up on the receivers a little bit and jam them at the line of scrimmage, and then let the safeties read the quarterback.
6:34 to go here in the first quarter. Play second down and 10. Ball at the 29. Low snap for Washik. He's going to look through the slant. It's going to be incomplete. Bobble that's going to be picked up by Kai Adams. Adams is going to be off to the races the other way. He's down the far sideline at the 40. 35 makes a cutback. Good blocking by Caden Klaus downfield. It's going to be a pick 6 for Kai Adams. He loses the ball before he goes to the end zone, but Blaze Graham recovers. After all that, touchdown Seneca, touchdown, I guess, Blaze Graham or Kai Adams, one of the two, as Adams lost it right before he crossed the end zone. As the Indians capitalize on the bobbled reception there, and Kai Adams able to scoop it up right into his arms and take off the other way.
I unfortunately caught that a little late on the replay, but that's one you can't blame the quarterback. That was right there for the wide receiver. He bobbles it. Seneca has 2 guys there, and good blocking downfield by Caden Klaus as Seneca trying to get the extra point here and take the lead.
Sherwood's going to get that one blocked as it goes over right through the big defensive lineman. 6:16 to go here. Seneca leads 6-0 on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour wrecker service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
A sponsor of community broadcasting on KNEO, Southwest Missouri Bank and Neosho, serving the Neosho area from 2 locations. They offer personal banking services, including checking and savings accounts, home loans, and online banking. Learn more online at smbonline.com. Southwest Missouri Bank, an equal housing lender. Member FDIC, where their slogan is
Southwest Missouri Bank, we can do that.
Welcome back here to Tom Hodge Field. We're trying to figure out what happened on that play. I think it was either Hunter Haynes, maybe Tyrone Harris that broke that ball, popped it up in the air. Good coverage by them right into Tyrone's lap. Good blocking by Caden Clausen. I'm not sure if he had the ball when he crossed the end zone. He might have lost it. Blaze Graham recovered. I'm going to give it to Blaze Graham. Good pursuit there by the Indians kickoff team to take down the return man at the 26-yard line. Good job by the Indians to get a hold of Vale. Excuse me, that's Nestle. They have a lot of double numbers, which is very odd for a high school team. Go ahead, Ben.
Well, that was Coach, but...
Go ahead, Coach, if you got something.
It was 18. Name loses me right now. Did a great job on her defense.
18.
Yeah, gosh dang it.
That broke it up. Jagger Wilson was on.
Jagger did a great job on the kickoff. He
Oh,
tried to run sideways,
yes.
get outside, and
Yes.
Jagger just took his legs out.
I thought you were referencing to the play, the interception a while ago that we had.
Let's see if we can't guard these guys just a little bit better here and get some more pressure.
3 receivers to the far side this time, spread out a little bit. Ball is on the near hash. Looking for this quick screen now. It's going to be caught by number 35, and he's going to be wrapped up and taken down immediately by Drew Sherwood. Alex Meeks on the reception.
And we got our water break here, Seth.
Ball is going to be at the 32 at the 6-minute mark. We're at a water break. We'll take one with them here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Happy Egg supports the family farmer because they've seen the difference a choice like this can make. Now you can grow for Happy Egg and choose to raise hens the right way, the happy way. When you grow for Happy Egg, you're growing for a family-owned and operated business. You're raising happy hens on 10-plus acres who will lay happy eggs. You're working for yourself. As a Happy Egg grower, you'll receive new flock costs.
Singing is my career and my calling, but I'm also a mother of 4.
And as entrepreneurs, we weigh the cost of every decision.
Medical bills are no longer a worry for our family, so I can focus on my calling.
And our family.
Joining Christian Healthcare Ministries was one of the best decisions we ever made. We're the Blair family, and this is our CHM story.
Choose your doctor without network restrictions, all at an affordable price. Enroll anytime at chministries.org/enroll.
And we welcome you back here. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter play. Game sponsors tonight: New Mac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, Seneca Church of Christ, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Christian Healthcare Ministries, People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Prelude Maintenance Center, the Seneca School District. Second down coming up for Monett. Ball at the 32-yard line. 3 receivers to the far side now as Washik is in shotgun formation. Going to look to throw. He's got pressure from Hagen Ginger coming up from behind. That ball's going to be caught over the middle. Tyrone Harris is giving chase, and he's going to spin him down to the turf. Landon Brandt catches that across midfield at the 48-yard line.
Seneca right now also only sending 3 guys, but they're not getting pressure up. I mean, that one was up the middle. He was able to step up in the pocket, but you're not getting pressure on the quarterback as much as you would like with only 3 down linemen as they go quick here again.
Robert's going to get a little bit screened out there. Blaze going to come up and make the play.
You got a block in the back by
as Tyrone
16.
Harris, 15 or 16 out there in the far side, has got a block in the back. That play's going to be come back.
Yeah, you could.
Holding is what they're going to call it. It's going to be from the probably from the where the end of the play is at because the spot's further downfield.
Yeah.
So they'll march it back from previous spot, or they take it from the end of the play. End of the play was at the 41. So it's going to march it back on the other side of midfield to the 49.
Yeah, and I mean, that was one where the wide receiver didn't need to do that because Harris was nowhere near that play. I mean, I saw it I saw it clear as day, and so did obviously the back judge there.
Trips to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side. We're already at 18 passing plays for Monett, and we're just barely halfway through the first quarter.
Seneca 1 offensive play as well.
Washik's got plenty of time. Going to look like he almost intercepted as Harris made a break on the ball and almost stepped in front of that one. Washik's already over 100 yards, but he's also had basically 3 passing plays that were substantial, a 40-yarder, a 26-yarder, and a 20-yarder. Second down and 13 as I try to catch my breath. Ginger almost jumps off sides, and he stays on side just barely. And now Coach Mock is shouting at Washik, trying to get different play in there.
That's Pendergraph on the other side.
Excuse me.
No, you're right. It is Ginger that almost.
It is Pendergraph on the far side. Washik's got time to
held.
Hagen Ginger couldn't get there. Brock Pendergraph going to give chase. Now he's just going to throw it, and he's going to be brought down immediately by Hunter Haynes right at the 50-yard line. And Pendergraph got held. So did Ginger. 1-yard play on that play.
He only got 1 yard, though, so good job by the defense, able to hold their assignments there.
And we saw this several years ago with Reed Spring. That's who I was trying to think of, 45, 50 yards, 45, 50 passing.
Burrow, right?
And it's Burrow 2 years ago down there in Reed Spring. Just scrambling, that's what seemed to help him out a lot. It was when they scrambled. Roberts almost lined up off sides. No penalty flags thrown. Washik's going to roll out to the right, throw him back over the middle. It's going to be caught. And he's got enough for the first down. Seneca might have to do some changing potentially on their defensive side of the ball, go to the zone type of defense, but Seneca doesn't play zone, so it'll be interesting to see what they do at halftime. A 14-yard pickup there. Didn't see who even caught the ball.
It may not even be halftime as they go quick again, trying to slant and the wide receiver not paying attention.
That may have been Umfleet or Brandt. I think it was the intended target previously.
I think it was Brandt that first play.
So second down. I can't even keep up tonight on my drive chart yardage for Monett. 4:42 to go here in the first quarter. Trips to the near side, 2 receivers to the far side. Seneca might start creeping their safeties up to get a little bit of support. And they're going to throw the home run ball. This time Blaze Graham's going to try to give chase as Hunter Haynes is on the coverage, and that was well overthrown out of bounds. Third down and 10, trying to go for a home run ball.
Other thing there, though, pressure in his face.
I was watching downfield, but yeah.
You get pressure in his face. There were 2 guys right there. He's not able to step up and get a good throw to his wide receiver. So you got to be able to get pressure. You're only sending 3 because your linebackers are having to be in coverage with 5, 6 guys going out in routes. And so you got to be able to get pressure with 3 and 3 only.
Third down and 10 coming up for Monett. Washik going to drop back to pass. He's got pressure. He's going to be brought down to the turf for a big loss. Ball's on the ground, and Seneca recovers at the 45-yard line. Coming up with the fumble recovery is number 62, Dom Brown, as Connell Trueluck and Nolan Napier got in there to apply the pressure on the quarterback, Washik, and Brown is right there on the turf and recovers that one.
And Seth, with 4:29 left in the first quarter, Seneca has only had 1 offensive play. So I think they're going to try and run the football as there is a timeout by Monett.
So they're going to have to take a breather. I'm going to have to take a breather as well. 4:29 to go here in the first quarter play. Seneca leading 6-0 on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca, located at 308 Washington, open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Proud to support the Seneca Indians.
And we welcome you back here. 4:29 to go. Seneca finally on their second possession of the game. I've only run 1 offensive play, and they turned it over on a fumble. Trips to the near side this time for Klaus. It's going to be a toss to Miller. Miller's got blocking upfield, and he's trying to get away from Hagen Ginger. His guy stood up. Probably one of those where he should have cut outside, and it's going to be no gain on the play for Miller on his first carry.
I think if you're Seneca, your success is going to be on the edges. Because you're, Cody talked about in the coaches show, you're going to have to win a lot of one-on-one blocks. If you can get them on the edge and get your wide receivers to block, you could go for a while.
7 guys on the line, basically in the box for Monett. And it's going to be Clayton Klaus going the other way. Now he's across midfield at the 45-40, 35-30, 25-20. Caden Klaus is going to make it into the end zone for a Seneca Indian touchdown as he takes it in from 55 yards out. You watch the replay. There is a fake to Miller to the left. Good blocking downfield by Adams, and I believe that's Nolan Napier, and sprung that one free. Again, you reach the second level. You got one guy to beat. It's a foot race to the end zone with the way that they're playing their defense.
Yeah, it's one-on-one at that point, and I'd take Caden Klaus over almost anybody.
65-yard touchdown run for the Indians. Well, they have a lot of offense, but where's their defense at?
And
another one's going to be blocked. Now Seneca's probably going to have to go for two from here on out. Extra point, no good. 12-0. Seneca leading this one. 3:47 to go here in the first quarter play on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
And welcome back here to Tom Hodge Field as the Indians lead 12-0. Points off a turnover so far, Seneca 12. As they forced a fumble and an interception. 0. Well, we haven't had any. We had one turnover, I should say. It's 2-1 in favor of the Indians as they ran one play on offense with the jet sweep. We had a fumble, and Seneca unable to recover. But that last time of possession for the Indians, just about 42 seconds.
So they've got, about a minute.
Not even a minute yet.
of
possession.
Of the 6 minutes played.
Drew Sherwood's got this one walked off. He's going to give a low line drive kick that's going to be fielded by Soriano. And he's going to try to get to the right side. He's going to run right into Jagger Wilson and Jude King at the 22-yard line. First down and 10 for Monett at that spot.
Yeah, good job there by Jude King, staying in his lane and getting to the quarterback.
They've got one guy sitting on about the. Go ahead, Coach.
Well, I don't know the strategy of that. Every time he kicks it over to the left, they try to run it all the way over here to the right, and they're just running sideways.
Basically, running away from your blocking, trying to get something free.
Jagger in, just taking them out.
23rd passing attempt coming up here for Washik. They have ran basically one time on a fake punt. Washik going to roll out to his left. Nolan Napier giving chase. Still giving chase as Napier. Washik's going to throw that one away. Good coverage downfield as Probert had his guy covered up. Haynes had his guy covered up. And Tyrone Harris, great coverage downfield.
Yeah, you have to have good coverage when he rolls out like that, because then it almost, like we saw a couple of years ago in Reed Spring and Burl, it becomes street ball, and that's how Reed Spring got their big plays was, I forget what wide receiver it was. One wide receiver just kind of peels off on his own route, and they get big gains.
That was Dowdy. Washik going to look to throw. Looking over the middle. It's going to be incomplete. Good coverage by Brody Probert as the ball was nearly caught. I believe that's by number 22, That is Nessel Road, and Probert reaches his hand in there and strips it out of Nessel Road's hands.
Yeah, very last second he was able to do that. 3rd down and long now. If you're the Indians, can you get off the field somehow?
And Ben, I'm almost running out of Excel spreadsheet room. If this could keep going on, man, it's a long spreadsheet because we're at 25 passing attempts coming up, and we're not even out of the first quarter yet.
Yeah, we still got 3:30 to go here in the first quarter. It's going to be a long evening.
3rd down and 10 coming up for Monett. They like to go to those quick hitters, the slant routes, the out routes, as Washik's got pressure in his face. He's going to run right into Nolan Napier. Good job by Connell Trueluck as well. It's a spinning back into Napier's hands. That's a coverage sack as well downfield, as it's going to be a loss on the play all the way back on the other side of the 20 to the 18-yard line. A loss of 5 on the play. 4th down and 15 coming up.
And now you see the punt unit come out, Seth.
And unfortunately in high school football, your sacks only go against your rushing yards. So right now, Washik's looking at 2 rushes for -15. Back deep to receive is Blaze Graham standing on his own 43-yard line.
Seneca may be going for a block here.
They're just going to let that go. It's going to be a high spiraling kick that Graham's going to field at the 46-yard line. Makes one man miss with a stiff arm, still on his feet, and it's finally going to be brought down out of bounds as he got pulled down almost by a hip tackle. We saw that big controversy last week against the Chiefs as Jamar Chase was looking for a hip tackle. Graham was out of bounds basically already before the guy took him down the ground. Either way, first down 10 Seneca from their own 40.
Seneca has had big plays here. Obviously, you want a big play if you run the ball, but you also probably want to, take some clock as well.
It's 4-down territory right now. Don't be surprised they don't take a shot.
Trips stacked bunch to the far side. Fake handoff to Miller. It's going to be Klaus the other side. He's going to run into one defender, knocks him over, bulldozes him over. Luckily, number 11 was coming up from behind. That's Ellis. Ellis takes him down at about the 37-yard line. Second down and 7.
Kind of ran into the back of one of his own guys there.
Ball placed at the 37 as Klaus has his second carry on the night. Receivers to each side this time for Klaus. Going to send Blaze Graham in motion. Handoff's going to be Miller up there front. He lowers his shoulder and runs over his linebacker and then gets enough yardage, about the 32, so going to be about 2 yards short, a 5-yard pickup, third down and 2. Seneca maybe just trying to get something, just something different.
well, the other thing is you're trying to, I know most of your guys play both ways, but try and give your defense a little bit of a respite here.
2 receivers to the near side, 1:45 to go here in the opening quarter.
Do you take a shot here on third down knowing you got fourth down?
Monett showing 5 guys on the defensive line. Linebacker looked like he's going to blitz. It's going to be Klaus going to the left side. Good blocking downfield, and he's going to be taken down out of bounds at about the 25-yard line, enough for their first down.
I guess the answer to that question is no.
What was your question, Ben? Sorry, I was trying to.
No, I mean, because I didn't do it. I said third down and 2. Do you take a shot here?
Oh, right.
But
just eat some clock. Try to get to the second half.
If you're going to take a shot, it'd be right now.
First down.
8-yard pickup for Klaus. 1:31 to go here as he went out of bounds. The clock did stop. So you got Blaze Graham running about, even though it was a change of possession. Now Klaus is running out of bounds as we're on the near sideline on the near hash. 2 receivers to the far side with Harris and Sherwood. And it's going to be play action. Going to look to throw. He's going to look over the middle. He's got Hagen Ginger open. He's almost able to pull it down with one hand. He had 4 guys in coverage on this side. I was going to mention a while ago, Blaze Graham went in that jet motion across, and the defensive back didn't go anywhere. There was nobody else out there for him to cover. Why not squeeze that down if you're I'm sorry, I'm trying to play defensive coordinator for Monett. Well, why not squeeze that down since you know Seneca's a run-heavy team rather than keeping him out there all by himself on an island where nobody's at? Second down and 10 for the Indians. 1:25 to go here. Blaze Graham going in motion.
Start. Oh, they didn't
it's
call
going to be a handoff to Miller. Miller's going to the left side. Makes one man miss. Still on his feet at the 15. Gives a stiff arm. He's finally going to be brought down across the 15-yard line. Great stiff arm there by Roman Miller as Ben takes us through that one.
Now you see the replay there. It looked like Ginger did get a head start there, but they did get a good kick-out block by one of the offensive linemen. That looks like 58 or 56 for Seneca.
That'd been Nolan Napier.
And they were able to kick out the linebacker, and a good job by Miller of following him into the hole. I think it was Miller that ran that.
3 receivers to the far side with Haynes, Harris, and Ginger. Sherwood on the near side. And it's going to be an option play to Miller. Miller's going to look for blockers downfield. He's going to be forced out of bounds across the 10-yard line to about the 7 or 8-yard line he goes, second down.
You'll take these 7-yard carries. It was a late pitch. You have to be wary of those if you're Seneca, but a good job there of getting a positive gain.
52 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Last week at this point, we were almost at halftime.
We were. 2 receivers to the far side this time as Ginger's in tight on the near side. And it's going to be Klaus running to the left side. He's going to be wrapped up and bottled up immediately. Good job by the defensive lineman, number 40, from Monett to get through Tucker Anderson. Yeah, it seemed like he just went completely unblocked and just sat down there and waited for Klaus. See where he was coming from. Loss of 1 on the play back to the 8-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like somebody missed an assignment down there for the Indians. And they are going to have to snap this, but this potentially could be the last play of the quarter.
Unless they score, Ben.
That's why I said potentially.
Third down. Seneca can get a first down and goal.
About
Stacked receivers on the near side this time. And it's going to be an inside toss, reverse to Tyrone Harris. Kai Adams blocking for him downfield. He's going to get hit hard. He's got enough for the first down. It's going to be first down and goal at the 1. And 5 seconds left. That'll probably run off here in just 1 second.
We'll see if Seneca try. Nope, they're going to wind it, and they're not going to be able to snap it here before the end of the quarter.
After 1 quarter play, Seneca leads 12-0 here on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
The news offers regular reminders that there is no peace in this world. But while real peace may not be possible on a global scale, Billy Graham says it is possible within your heart.
The Bible teaches that we're going to confront harsh realities. Well, some of you will say, well, it won't happen to me, but it will sooner or later, because there comes a time when we all suffer. But in the midst of whatever it is, Christ is with you if you know him. He said, peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you. There's the peace of God if you have peace with God. That's yours. Christ is with us in the midst of our troubles and our difficulties and our hardships.
We can tell you more about the unshakable peace that God offers you at findpeacewithgod.net. Findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
And we welcome you back here to start the second quarter of play. Seneca leading 12-0. First down and goal at the 1. Nice to see them go right back to Tyrone Harris, have all the confidence in the world in him to be able to make that jet sweep run. Went right back to him after he fumbled on his first carry, and that's okay. Coach has confidence in Tyrone. He knows he's going to make the improvement as he needs to. First down and goal for the Indians. Klaus going to hand the ball off to Miller. Miller dances around. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Roman Miller, as he takes it in from 1 yard out.
This time they went over the left side. I think that's Ginger and maybe Pendergraph over there for the Indians, and it was wide open for Seneca as they make it 18-0.
Well, Seneca's had their last 2 PATs blocked. I almost bet you
they're going for 2.
They go for 2. Took the words right out of my mouth, Ben.
And I think you just run the ball here because that was about as easy as you can get into the end zone. It was from about the same point.
Going to send Adams in motion. It's going to be the option play. Miller's going to take the toss. There's a penalty flag, though, in the area of holding. And it's going to be against the Indians.
So you take it off, and it'd be a long extra point. Do you go for 1 now?
Now he's going to say go for 1. Coach Ben must be in Coach Hilburn's head because immediately, do you go for 1 now? And that's what they're going to do.
New Mac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, Seneca Church of Christ, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Christian Healthcare Ministries, all sponsoring the broadcast. Also want to thank Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Marine Center Incorporated, and Community Bank and Trust. This is going to be about a 30-yard extra point for Sherwood. His first 2 were blocked. Let's see if Seneca can block the upmen that are getting to it. And that's a bad snap.
Bad snap. 18-0 your score here. 11:57 to go in the second quarter on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians.
And we welcome you back to Tom Hodge Field here at Earl Campbell Stadium as the Indians add to their lead, making it 18-0. Seneca game brought to you tonight by Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Doug's Body Works, Perry Top Chiropractic, Cedar Lane Farm and Garden, Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, the Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Marine Center Incorporated, and Community Bank and Trust.
Sherwood going to try and deposit this in one of those dead areas again. So he gets ready to kick it off here.
Back deep to receive Soriano. I believe that's Umfleet as well. That's Soriano's going to let that one bounce to the 20. Takes a bounce right to him. Trying to get to the right side. And still stringing it out are the Indians. He's trying to get to the right side. There's a gap after that. It's almost like a swinging gate type of thing. Just let everybody block in front of you and get it to the outside.
He ran about 50 yards to get to the 30. And he caught that at about the 18, I think. So gain about 12 on the kick return.
All the way back to the 30-yard line. Seneca Indian football brought to you by Fourth State Sports Report, Missouri Farm Bureau agent Josh Dotson, Gas and Snack, Neosho Chamber of Commerce, Langford Insurance, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, and Happy Egg. As I've got to switch back over to Monett now. 3 receivers on the near side looking for the quick hitter. That's going to be caught, immediately taken down by Probert. Probert made a good hit on him. That's going to be caught by Nessel Road up to the 35-yard line, a 5-yard pickup, 2nd down and 5.
Yes. Coach mentioned this during timeout, but Seneca, you almost need to jam the wide receivers because he's just going a 5-yard slant, basically. But it's a good job by Probert. Now you see Probert come up and maybe jam the wide receiver, as Seneca is playing up on most of them.
3 receivers to the far side looking for the quick screen, and it's going to be caught on the quick slant by number 35. That's going to be Meeks. Meeks is going to have enough for the first down, a 10-yard pickup. Again, it's just the post routes or quick slants that are getting the Indians. They're looking for the screen, and they're not there, and they're going to their second option, which is the quick slant. Washington going to receive the snap. He's going to go for the quick hitter this time. It's going to be picked up by Drew Sherwood. It's going to be a foot race in the end zone at the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Seneca Indians, as Sherwood steps in front of the out route and takes it back for 6.
You just see him read the eye of the quarterback there the entire time, and then a good block by Hagen Ginger on the one player that might have had the opportunity to get him. And Seneca, a 24-point lead, and they're going to go for 2 here as, well, Sherwood's out there. I think they're going to go for 2 here, try and make this 26-0, as that was an excellent job by Sherwood to read the quarterback's eyes and follow him the entire way. Still plenty of time on the play clock. You got 10.
Probert checks in at quarterback. Sends Graham in motion.
And that's a false start.
False start on the right side. Don Brown and Diego Amaya may have been the ones that jumped.
I think you still go for 2 here. It makes it a little more difficult, but 1st and goal from the 8 instead of the 2. I mean, you still can run the football. Seneca has proven that you can get 8 yards here.
That's just a point after try, so it's not even 1st and goal. You just got one attempt here.
Yeah.
Back to the 8-yard line they go.
I mean, you also could potentially, they looked for it once and it was double teamed. You could try and get one of those look-in routes to Ginger and see if he can get it. He's taller than most of the cornerbacks and defensive backs back there.
Probert still in at quarterback. He's going to have trouble with the snap, and he's going to roll out looking downfield, and he's going to throw it to the end zone, and it's going to be caught. Caught by Drew Sherwood. Good job there by Probert just to bide his time and outruns the defensive lineman trying to give chase. 2-point conversion is good, 26-0 with 10:58 to go here in the first half.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is better health, better you.
And welcome back to Seneca, Missouri, as the Indians lead this one 26-0 off of a pick 6 by Drew Sherwood. So 2 pick 6s tonight. Adams didn't get the 6. I think he got the pick. I think Blaze Graham got the fumble recovery before the end of the end zone.
18 points off of turnovers because they scored on the fumble as well.
So it's been a lot of passing. It's a high-risk, high-reward type of offense. If you're going to throw the ball 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 times a game.
And he's thrown, 30 passes, and
he's at 26 now.
Yeah, and we're only a minute into the second quarter.
A lot of passing attempts so far, and I'm going into my Excel spreadsheet further than I've ever had to go as far as passing attempts. I think we had 52 or 47 a couple years ago at Reed Spring.
Yeah, I mean, they were playing backyard street ball at that point. Is that one you're hoping will deaden but does not?
Umfleet was over here now as they switched out Soriano for Umfleet.
Ball will be at the 35 unless you make them re-kick, but I don't think you do because this would be the best field position for Monett all evening long.
They're not going to have them re-kick as the ball's going to be brought out to the 35. Game brought to you tonight by Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Doug's Body Works, Prairie Top Chiropractic, Cedar Lane Farm and Feed, Langford Insurance, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, and Happy Egg.
So Seth, Seneca's playing up, but they're not bumping them, and that's something I think Coach has been talking about to disrupt routes. Yeah, you're playing up, but you're not really jamming them to get them off their routes.
You have Adams basically playing spy, and then your safeties are about 15 yards off the ball. Washik looking for the quick hitter. He's going to roll out to his right. Kai Adams giving chase now as Washik is a lone man, and Adams takes him down. Washik saw it, had to see him coming. I don't know why he just didn't throw that out of bounds because he was well beyond the tackle mark.
I think that's inexperience at that point. I mean, it's a loss of 9 on the play, and that's just him being in his first year at quarterback in this new system, and that's one where you got to mitigate your losses and just throw it away like you said.
Well, I'm trying to remember. He may have been the quarterback last year for Monett. I don't know if I have enough time to try to go back and look at that one as it's 2nd down and 19.
Regardless, it's a new system because they weren't doing this last year. They're going to try another quick hitter.
Looking for the quick slant now. Washik had all of his guys covered. Now he's going to plant his feet, and he's going to run to the end. It's going to be tipped, intercepted by Nolan Napier. He's at the 10, 5, touchdown Seneca Indians. Tipped by Hagen Ginger. Nolan Napier picks it out of the air and goes back the other way. You can watch it on your replay there. He tried to get rid of it, but Hagen Ginger is not a tiny guy by any means, and Napier just scooped that one out of the air and took off the other way.
That is the 3rd pick 6 of the first half for the Indians. And Seth, before the game started, they had a turnover of 6-2. It is now 9-3 or 10-3 because there's a fumble in there as well. 3 pick 6s and a fumble.
10:05 to go here in the second quarter, and it is 32-0 with the point after try pending.
And they're going for 2 here again. I don't know that you don't go for 2. I mean, quarterback made the right decision in trying to throw it away, just way too late.
Going to send a man in motion. That's Hunter Haynes. Haynes going to take the jet sweep. He's going to find a little opening into the end zone. He goes for the 2-point conversion. He took a shot there after he crossed the end zone, but he's going to get up and be okay. 10:05 to go here in the first half. Seneca leading 34-0 on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Cedar Lane Farm and Garden at 143 Cherokee Avenue in Seneca is your local feed dealer and a supporter of Seneca Indian Sports. Offering vet, livestock, and pet products, Cedar Lane also carries a full line of farm and garden supplies. For more information, contact Cedar Farm and Garden on Cherokee Avenue in Seneca today. The number is 417-776-8231. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. through 2 p.m. for your convenience. Go Indians!
10:05 to go here in the first half of play. Seneca leading 34-0 against Monett as another pick 6, 3 pick 6s tonight by the Indians defense, a team that comes in here looking to throw the ball quite a bit.
Well, I've noticed, Seth, that last few series the secondary has come up and started jamming them a little bit quicker and hanging on to them. Quarterback's having a hard time getting rid of it now.
He's rolling out, too, trying to look for guys, and all the receivers are covered downfield. Good coverage by our defensive back. That ball
his knee was down.
Maybe his knee might have been down. He's going to say he was down. Coach Harbaugh points it out, and the referee caught it as well. Umfleet.
I caught it, too.
Okay, I'm sorry. Coach was the first man on the scene. He told the ref, hey, his knee was down. Coach was on the scene on that one.
I threw the little beanie out there.
Good job, Coach. Good job. Ball's placed at the 14-yard line. First down and 10 from Monett. Seneca Indian football brought to you tonight by Newmac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, Seneca Church of Christ, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and Christian Healthcare Ministries.
I mean, this has been insane. Seneca's offense has not really taken the field, but 3 pick 6s.
If you don't want Seneca's offense to beat you, just let their defense beat you. I mean, I guess that's the strategy they're going for.
How many plays have we actually run?
I'll have to look here in just 1 second. Washik, shotgun, going to look to throw. He's got pressure in his face as Brock Pendergraft's giving chase. He gets thrown down. There's going to be a holding penalty. Washik still rolling out. And Hagen Ginger puts his shoulder into the quarterback as he lets go of the ball at the last second.
So the penalty's at the 5. It would be from the 15, half the distance. If you take the penalty, it would be at about the 7 or 8 yard line.
I think Don Brown got tackled on that play. It might have been Brock Pendergraft.
It was Pendergraft that was in there, yeah.
Someone got tackled on that play.
Are they going to take it or decline it? They're going to back them up. So it'll be first down. I think you have to go, well, The line of scrimmage, is the 14, so it'd be at about the 8.
I'll let Ben
7.
Let Ben sort this one out. The 7.5-yard line.
Yeah, put it at 7.5-yard line. I don't know how you get that from the 14, half the distance.
So first down and
they didn't take my math class.
Long to go here.
I was right, which is all that I care about.
First down and 17. 3 receivers to the far side this time for Washik. Washik going to look to throw. Got the quick slant. It's going to be caught as Hunter Haynes, I thought he lost his shoe, just his towel instead. Ball's going to be caught at the 20-yard line, and it's caught by number 9. That is Black.
It's a good gain. He got about 12 or 13, about 11 on the play. Makes the second down and about 4.
20 yards, 13-yard play there for Washik. His first completion that didn't end in an interception. His first completion to his own team, I should say. Good job by Sherwood to break that one up at the last second. And if you look at the Monett sidelines, there's no enthusiasm. I mean, I know they're getting beat right now, but it's like one thing after, okay, let's get something going here, guys.
And the left tackle didn't even do anything on that play. Hagan was all over the quarterback when he turned it loose.
Well, the other thing is it looked like he flinched as well, in my opinion.
9:25 to go here in the first half of play. Seneca leading 34-0. Trips to the far side now for Washik. We haven't got to the second water break in the second quarter yet. 2 receivers to the near side. Harris and Probert giving tight coverage. Tight coverage on the far cornerbacks as well. Washik looking to throw, looking for the tunnel screen. Don Brown going to give chase. Now Brock Pendergraft going to give chase. That ball is going to be almost
Did he catch that?
Almost intercepted by Miller. They're going to say he was out of bounds when he caught that one. That's a 31st passing attempt on the night. 4th down and 4.
And we're about not even 15 minutes into the game if you combine the quarters. It's a warm one too, so
yeah, it's not too bad. It'll cool down hopefully by next week.
Yeah, I mean this is the last week of the mandated water breaks. I think after that, I mean like you said, it should cool down, but if you need to, it's probably at the discretion of the officials after that.
High snap.
Oh, go for it,
and
Kai.
It's a spiraling kick. That's going to
Let it go, boys.
Blaze Graham's going to field at the 40-yard line. Makes the first guy miss. Still on his feet. He's going to go to the left side now at the 50 across midfield, and he gets hit hard. And Graham's going to come up as his helmet got knocked sideways.
That was a nice return, though, by Blaze. He kind of caught it over his shoulder. If he lets that thing bounce, that's probably bouncing to somewhere around the 30-yard line. So good job by Blaze. And then he got about 10 or 15 yards on the carry as well.
That was a Willie Mays-style catch there, chasing the ball down in center field.
Yeah, that was a heck of a punt. That's exactly the way the punt should look like in the college and the pros. That's what it looked like.
Evan at the Neosho Daily News wishes the Seneca Indians good luck. Let's go get that win. And to keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule, sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X, Twitter at KNEO917 Sports.
Looks like Seneca so far has ran about 9-10 plays on the night.
And I think they have 3 touchdowns.
Option play this time for Caden Klaus. He's going to tuck it and run. He's going to get a few yards up to about the 45-yard line. Second down coming up after a 3-yard pickup, second down and 7.
You talk about 9 plays. I think you have 3 defensive touchdowns and 2 offensive, right?
That sounds about right, Ben.
And they've both been pretty significant runs into the end zone.
Miller's got a touchdown, and
Klaus
has got the other touchdown.
Yeah, Klaus had a pretty good gain, and I think it was only the 3rd play of the game offensively for Seneca at that point.
65-yarder. Excuse me, 55-yarder. Klaus going to roll out, looking to pass. He's going to dump it off to Kai Adams. Adams is going to get hit as soon as he receives the ball. Actually, maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
That was a good job there by the Monett defender. You know, he was able to bounce off the first one, but the second one able to wrap him up. 8 minutes and counting to go till halftime. Daryl, if you're Seneca, is this 4-down territory?
That depends on this play right here. If they can get some yardage and positive yardage, yeah, it's 4-down territory. Inside, the on the other side's 50-yard line.
Brody Probert, low snap again. He's just going to take off and run with. He's across the 45, still on his feet, taking defenders with him. He's going to have enough for the first down. Again, another low snap that's hitting the turf. And Probert having trouble with that one as he gets helped off. Surface Harris as well.
I think a lot of that's got to do with the humidity tonight. Tonight it's hot, it's steamy, and we don't have a good handle on the ball tonight.
Maybe that's the reason why the ball is, whenever they're trying to throw it for Monett, it's just slipping out of his hand. He can't get a good tight spin on it.
Saw it on the replay, just went straight up the middle, Seneca players winning their one-on-one blocks. You get to that second level, and sometimes it seems like the broken plays are the ones that Seneca has had the most success with.
7:30 to go here in the first half of play. Probert's going to roll out to the right, looking for the home run ball. He's got a man over the middle, and it's going to be caught by Hagen Ginger. He had pressure on him as soon as he had the ball in the air. It was really pass interference. If you watch that, the defender's holding on to Ginger's hands, and Ginger's able to pull it down out of the air.
You also have a safety coming over the top. He came late, and Ginger also able to
elevate,
hang on to it in that play. And it's first and goal here for Seneca. Go ahead, Coach.
No, he threw it right up there to him. I mean, it wasn't on the rim. Hagen had to stop it, but he's going to go up and get it, make an adjustment to the ball right over top of Monett. And like you said, they were hanging all over him.
Ball placed at the 8-yard line for Seneca, a 28-yard pickup on that pass completion. And it's going to be Probert running to the left side. He's at the 5, reaches out, and he's just shy of the end zone.
I was going to say, it looks like they marked him down at about the 1-inch line.
Yeah, it ain't much more.
And it looks like Seneca's just going to be, I thought maybe they're going to try to get to the quarter.
I guarantee you can stick your tongue out and make it over.
Well, you can't get to the water break. You got to snap it at
snap
least.
one of them. Second down and goal. 7-yard pickup from Probert.
I think Probert can just still carry it himself. You got a couple up men.
Now it's going to go to Miller. Miller's going to dance around, and he's into the end zone for a Seneca Indian touchdown, making it 40-0.
Well, you look at it. You're going to the side with Hagen Ginger, and 62 is that Don Brown. That's generally, you need a tough yard or two. That's who you go behind each and every time, and they're able to get those tough yards. And Seneca once again going for 2 here, as they've kind of, I don't want to say proven, but they haven't really been able to kick an extra point. So at this point, you're just trying to go for 2 here, and you only need 2 yards. Why not?
Graham, Sherwood, and Ginger going to be split out on the near side. Adams, the H-back, Miller, the running back, Probert, the quarterback. Low snap again. It hits the leg of the center. Probert's just going to take it and get into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. A busted play that works out in favor of the Indians for the 2-point conversion. 6:21 to go here in the first half. Seneca leads 42-0 on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Baseball card collecting can result in a great dividend. That's if you invest in the right cards. Often, their true value isn't realized until years later. So if you get rid of them too soon, you could be throwing treasure in the trash. We make the same mistake if we don't realize our worth and tend to throw ourselves away by making bad choices. But you are worth so much to Jesus. Learn why. Call 888-NEED-HIM or chat with us live at needhim.org.
And welcome back here to Seneca, Missouri. 6:21 to go here in the first half of play. The Indians leading 42-0. As the game brought to you tonight by Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, the Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Marine Center Incorporated, and Community Bank and Trust.
A couple interesting scores. We'll go over them all. Again, final drive scoreboard showed Nevada has a 6-0 lead over Mac at the half. Cashville has a 2018 lead over Lamar. That in the second quarter as well.
The interesting question is Alex Wilkerson playing quarterback? High end over end kick that Umfleet's going to let bounce at the 21. He picks it up. Now he bobbles it. It's going to go right into the hands of the Indians.
Or was he out of bounds?
And it's going to be first down and 10. It should be.
He's out of bounds.
I was going to say.
Was Haynes out of bounds?
No, it bounced off of Haynes' chest and rolled out of bounds.
I was going to say everybody here couldn't tell. There's no signal, but.
Well, Monett touched it either way.
Yeah.
It's not illegal touching by any means, but it did go out of bounds. So it's going to be first down and 10, Monett.
Yeah.
Ball will be placed at the 24-yard line.
That's a live ball anyways once you get past 10 yards.
Oh, it bounced right off the Monett guy, right into Haynes. Haynes on the ground. Haynes jumped on it, and it just like squirted out. You know, it's kind of like, trying to
pinball.
Kind of trying to hold a trout down there at Roaring River. Just slips right out of your hand.
Well, isn't that what you call Haynes anyway? A pinball or trout?
Yeah, you can't.
Thimble, something.
It's just like trying to hold a bar of soap sometimes in the shower. You just can't do it.
We'll see if how many plays Monett gets before the 6-minute water break.
Washik going to look for the tunnel screen. And he's going to throw it over the middle. It's going to be caught, immediately taken down by Harris. And that's going to be Brandt on the reception.
Gain of about.
Ball's at the 32-yard line. A gain of 8 on the play, 2nd down and 2.
And we'll see if they get a snap off here before that water break. The official watching it closely, and he's not going to get the snap off.
6 minutes to go here in the first half. Seneca leading 42-0 on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
The Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce is an organization that exists to make Southwest Missouri a better place to live. That is why they are proud supporters of high school athletics. They understand that the life lessons learned from sporting competition teaches responsibility and discipline and makes our student athletes better citizens for tomorrow. Learn more about local area events online at neoshocc.com. Proud supporters of local school athletics.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Welcome back here to Seneca, Missouri. Where's the 6-minute mark? Seneca leading 42-0 over Monett.
You know, 7:59, almost 8 o'clock. Normally we're at halftime in the second half. We still got 6 minutes to go until we even reach halftime here. And like you said, I mean, he's over 30 throws at this point.
2nd down and 2 for Washik and Monett. He's going to look for the quick hitter again. That's going to be almost intercepted, almost scooped off the turf by Haynes.
And Haynes jammed him a little bit as well. That's what you're talking about, Coach, trying to jam him, disrupt the timing, and then he was also able to get a hand on the ball.
If you disrupt the timing of the route and the timing of the quarterback, that's what you're disrupting. You've got time to get back to the quarterback and make it hard for him to throw.
3rd down and 2. Now look for maybe Monett to have a quarterback draw.
I was going to say, do you try and run here? I mean, but what's their running game? A quick pass.
Now they're going to send Umfleet back into pistol formation. It's going to be a handoff to Umfleet. He gives a stutter step. He's going to be spun down.
They're going the wrong way.
Yeah, spinning him forward, giving him positive yardage, and they're saying just drive him backwards.
Yeah, because he was stopped right around the 1st down marker. They may have had him stopped a yard, and they spun him forward.
So that's really only their 2nd running play of the night. The first one was on a fake punt. Trips to the far side this time for Washik. Going to look for the screen pass. Miller's going to come up and take his guy down immediately as soon as he catches the ball. That is Umfleet. And Umfleet's down on the other side of the 35-yard line to the 32.
Well, they were trying that quick tunnel screen and get a block there from one of those other wide receivers, and Roman Miller beat the block. I think it was Miller that tackled him. Am I correct? And he just beat the blocker to the spot at that point.
A loss of 5 in the play to Umfleet. 2nd down and 15. 5:09 to go here in the first half. Washik going to go for the home run balls as an out and go, and it's going to be incomplete. He had a step on Harris. They had the out and up. Harris was a little bit late to recover. He made a good play on the ball, and he's able to catch that one. An incomplete pass, sorry.
He was late, but Blaze Graham was the help over the top, and he was also late getting there as well. You saw Cody Hilburn talking to him for a moment over there as well, saying, hey, you need to be able to get over quicker. I mean, the ground did cause, it's not a fumble, but caused the incompletion there for Seneca.
3rd down and 15, 5:02 to go here in the first half. Washik drops back to pass, going to look for the quick hitter. Now it's going to be caught, and Sherwood is right there, slows him down, and
I don't think he got a
Haynes
yard.
come in there and broke it up, as well as Nolan Napier.
He lost a yard.
Lost a yard back to the 31.
It looked like no gain, that was a good job by those two over there of forcing the play over there. Seneca, you got a long ways to go to halftime, 4:30 and counting. Seneca does have all 3 timeouts. I think Seneca would be happy to try and milk the clock a little bit on offense.
Got to watch the fake again, as it was Umfleet a while ago that was dropped back to punt. Kai Adams almost able to get back there. High, spiraling punt that Blaze Graham's going to field at the 30-yard line. He's got a lot of Monett Cubs in his face. Good blocking by Probert, and Graham going to get about to the 42-yard line on the return, about a 12-yard return for Graham.
That's not a bad return there for Blaze. Able to bring it to the 41-yard line.
1st down and 10 for Seneca. Ball at the 41. Game brought to you tonight by People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Prelude Maintenance Center, the Seneca School District, 4-State Sports Report, Missouri Farm Bureau Agent Josh Dotson, Gas and Snack, and Neosho Chamber of Commerce. Clausen at quarterback, 2 receivers to the far side with Sherwood and Harris. Again, 5 defensive linemen for Monett. Now they're going to send Adams in motion out to the far side, looking for the quick screen out to Harris. Harris has got blockers in front of him. He makes one guy miss. That's going to be a penalty flag on Harris. On Adams. Harris is going to have a foot race to the end zone, but I believe they're going to get Kai Adams for the crackback block possibly.
Yeah, either a crackback block in the back. I didn't think
there was anything wrong with it.
It was a yard or two, but A, the wide receiver caught it. B, it was behind the line of scrimmage. And C, I didn't see any block in the back or anything there because they call it on Adams, and I did not see that.
So
that'll be first down and about 19 because it's coming at the 42.5.
Ben, did the Monett guy turn his back on Kai Adams when he blocked him?
Yeah, if you give up your back on that play, is that considered like there's no block in the back? Because I kind of thought
block in the back if the guy turns his back on you on the sideline. That's what I can't figure out.
Yeah.
I didn't have a good look at it.
That's going to come all the way back inside the 35 to the 33-yard line.
First down and 19 now. I mean, you can kind of see that one getting set up, unfortunately, for Seneca. That's their first, maybe second penalty of the night.
It's going to be a handoff to Blaze Graham. Graham's going to get hit hard once again and going to be dropped at the 39-yard line. A pickup of 6 on the play for Graham.
Not a bad carry there for Blaze. You know, he was limited last week. Does not seem like he's limited at all this week.
Up to the 39-yard line for Graham. Second down and 12. 3:40 to go here in the first half of play. Seneca leading 42-0.
Both teams still have a lot of timeouts. Seneca all 3, Monett with 2.
Trips to the far side this time for the Indians. Hagan Ginger all by himself over here on the near side. He's going to look for Ginger immediately. Ball's going to be caught by Ginger, trying to get out of the hands of one guy. Keeps his feet going. He's going to get up to the 49-yard line. Great second effort, yards after contact. That ball was almost intercepted by the linebacker, number 45. If he would have turned around quick enough, he would have picked that one.
Yeah, he was able to get it up to the 49, makes it 3rd down and 2 from 2nd and 16. So a 14-yard carry, and now you're easily able to run the ball, and Ginger not going down on first or second contact.
Under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Klaus looking over the sideline. Now he's going to relay the audible to the offensive line. It's going to be a fake handoff to Miller, and Klaus is going to have enough for the first down. He was almost able to break out, and there's going to be a holding penalty called against Pendergraft. That one will be coming back.
And if it's at the 44, it'll be at the 46, which would make it 3rd down and about 7.
As they're relaying on their walkie-talkies what the penalty is.
All face mask on the defense, so you add 5 yards to the end of the run. So we were both wrong.
So he got to the 43, so he picked up 8 on the run.
And then you add 5 on the penalty.
5 on top of that. First down and 10, Seneca at the 38-yard line.
It was a late flag, so I think, and the umpire threw it, so you have every right to think it's a penalty on Seneca holding, but
yeah, I thought that's maybe what it was, but I think Pendergraft got taken down because his face mask was being pulled down to the ground. First down and 10 for Seneca, 2.5 minutes to go here in the first half of play.
And that should be a free 5 yards for Seneca.
And it will be.
And Seth, I think I mentioned this last week. Yeah, you still have the 2-quarterback system, but at the same point, Probert is becoming more and more of a running back than a quarterback for Seneca. Yeah, he will still take snaps, but it seems like Klaus is really kind of grasped onto that number 1 QB position at this point in the season.
First down and 5. I mean, honestly, I don't even know. They put him out there in different situations, so it's kind of hard to tell. It's a quick screen to Harris, and it's a low pass. Harris has trouble hauling it in.
But first down and 5, you can kind of do that if you want, because you still got 3 downs to get 5 yards, and I think the way Seneca's been running the ball, they think they can do that with ease.
Second down and 5 now as the clock stops on the Seneca possession, which doesn't happen very often. We've seen more passing attempts here lately, almost than what we've seen the first 3 weeks of football.
Yeah, I think more passing in the first half than all 3 weeks combined, and maybe even into last year as well. I mean, Park Hill Central threw a lot, but.
Klaus in shotgun formation, going to send Graham in motion. And it's going to be a fake to Graham. Klaus is going to keep it himself, makes one guy miss, still on his feet. He's across the 30-yard line inside the 25, right at the 25, enough for the first down for the Indians. The fake jet sweep gets him 8 yards as Klaus calls his own number.
I mean, you look at this, Klaus, whether it be Klaus, whether it be Probert, whether it be Miller, I mean, he got contacted at the 33-yard line, gets out of an arm tackle, and is able to gain positive yards in a first down. None of these Seneca offensive running backs, quarterbacks, wide receivers, whoever, they're not going down on first contact. I know we can't, it's hard to keep the stat. I'd love to see what yards after contact are.
Trips to the near side this time for Klaus. He's going to look to throw. Now he's going to take off and run as the quarterback keeper. And he gets hit hard at the 24-yard line, spinning forward to about the 22.
You got to be careful there because, I mean, yes, you have Probert as a backup. Well, not really even a backup, but you need them both on defense as well. So Seneca is taking some time off. And Seth, get this too. You have the ball now. Guess who deferred to start the game?
Yeah,
so Seneca gets the ball to start the second half as well.
Maybe they'll start chewing up some clock in that second half. It'll be a 12-minute drive just because of the running clock. 3 receivers to the far side this time for Klaus. Sherwood on the near side. You know Monett's prepared against a scout team type of offense, a spread offense, as Miller takes the pitch on the option, makes a spin move at the 11-yard line, lowers his shoulder at the 5-yard line, still on his feet. Touchdown, Seneca hits touchdown. Roman Miller, take you back through that one on the replay. Kind of caught me off guard. As they run the option to the near side, Miller receives the pitch at about the 23, makes one guy miss at the 13, lowers his shoulder at the 8, lowers his shoulder again at the 5, and that's a coffee grinder drill. If you're a running back familiar with the drills that they do, kept that hand on the ground and kept his momentum going in the end zone.
The other thing there, that was a great job by Klaus waiting till the very last second to pitch it. He sucked up the defensive lineman, and there was nobody to cover the pitch man for Monett, as they're going to try and make it 50-0 if they can hit this 2-point conversion. Because I think Seneca has said nuts to the extra point for tonight.
Miller checks out. Probert checks in at running back. Kai Adams going to go in motion, and it's going to be an option play again to Probert. Probert's going to go to the outside corner, and he's in for the 2-point conversion. 50-0 your score. 1:07 to go here in the first half of play on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour wrecker service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
Welcome back here to Seneca, Missouri. 1:07 to go here in the first half of play. Seneca leading 50-0.
And I mean, now, Coach mentioned it off air, but we'll mention it on air. Now, if you're Seneca, you got to play smart just due to the fact that, you know, and I don't necessarily blame them. Monett's got to be careful too, but some frustration, you know, if you have 50 points given up in the first half. But if you're Seneca, you got to play smart.
I grew up like Monett, being on the downside at halftime. It's tough. It's very tough.
Sherwood has been very busy in the first half as he boots another one off.
As Umfleet's going to take this at the 15-yard line, trying to get to the outside, and Hunter Haynes is going to force him out of bounds at about the 31-yard line.
And this
32.
This is a system, too, that is completely different than last year for these Monett kids. You may have some of the same kids, but it's a completely brand new system. And that's tough on these kids to go from one extreme, because last year they were run heavy, to this year where they're pass heavy. It's hard to go from one extreme to the other.
37th passing attempt coming up here in the first half for the Cubs. I actually saw them run the ball a lot more last week against Aurora. So I think they thought maybe we can attack Seneca's man-to-man defense. Quick slant once again, going to be caught and going to be brought down immediately by Hunter Haynes. That's Soriano on the catch.
Haynes decided he wanted a piggyback ride. It's second down as a call it just short of the first down.
9-yard pickup there by Soriano. Second down and 1, ball placed at the 41.
40 seconds and counting for Monett. Monett does have 2 timeouts to work with if they want to.
Trips to the near side. Washik's got pressure in his face, and he's going to just throw that one up for grabs as Nolan Napier applying pressure to Washik.
Now, 22 was in the area. At first I was going to say, where's the intentional grounding? But they do have somebody in the area, so no intentional grounding. Good job there by Seneca.
Washik is just a sophomore this year, so he's still got 2 more years under Coach Mock's system here.
Yeah, I mean, I would think, and he's a sophomore, sophomore starting quarterback. I mean, Seneca saw that with Caden Klaus. He should get better as he gets to be a senior. I mean, the speed of the game, as a sophomore, especially going up against a team like Seneca, I'm sure everything's going about 1,000,000 miles an hour for him.
Washik going to roll out to the right. Napier giving chase, and that ball is going to be caught by Umfleet, enough for the first down. Roman Miller was nowhere in the area.
He tripped.
Maybe thought he got pushed off by Umfleet. Ball is going to be placed at the 47. 6-yard pickup, first down and 10.
I think he just tripped over his own feet. As they're going to wind the clock here. Monett does have 2 timeouts if they want to work with them as they go quickly.
Washik going to look to throw, and that ball's going to be caught by Brandt, I believe it is, as he breaks the tackle of Harris, and then Kai Adams is going to take him down from behind.
And I think you're going to see potentially a timeout maybe, and there's your timeout, Seth.
We're going to take a timeout with them here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
Marine Center Incorporated is a sponsor of Seneca Athletics. In business since 1979, they offer Mercury and Suzuki motors, along with low boats as well as boat repairs. Located at 4961 Highway 43 in Joplin, Missouri, open Monday through Friday 9 to 5, Saturday 9 to 12, and closed on Sunday. For more information, the phone number is 417-781-7450 or online at marinecenterjoplin.com. The Marine Center Incorporated, where the slogan is, your family boating headquarters.
9 seconds left here in the first half. Seneca leading 50-0 as Monett's got a first down and 10 at Seneca's 32-yard line. 3 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Washik going to look to throw once again. He's going to be rolling out of the pocket. Now going to give chases Hagen Ginger. Ginger's going to take him down out of bounds.
And that's the quarter.
And that'll do it for the first half of play. Seneca leading 50-0 here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
I don't understand all about Jesus, but I believe it because the scripture says it.
The Bible teaches that Jesus loves you so much, he left heaven, came to earth, and died to pay the penalty for your sins. That kind of love can be hard to comprehend, but Billy Graham says you can trust what the Bible says about it.
I believe that this book was inspired of God, and it's God's message for us today. I look at Christ, and I see him dying in my place on the cross, and I'm moved by the love that he offers me. Do you want forgiveness? Do you want to know you're going to heaven? Do you want the peace that he offers you?
If your answer to any of those questions is yes, we are here to help you take the next step. Call us at 855-255-PRAY. That's 855-255-PRAY. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Welcome to the KNEO Sports Network Halftime Show. Once again, here's Ben Walcott.
Welcome back to Tom Hodge Field, Earl Campbell Stadium here in Seneca, as we're here at the half, and the halftime show is brought to you by Prairie Top Chiropractic and Langford Insurance. Coming up at the half, I'll talk with cross-country coach Adam Hughes as part of our Indians Minute, and we'll have an interview with a Freeman trainer as part of our Freeman Sports Health Minute. You're watching Seneca Indian football here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is better health, better you.
The Indians Minute is sponsored by Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Josh Dodson. His office is located at 809 South Neosho Boulevard in Neosho, Missouri.
Welcome to today's edition of the Indians Minute here on KNEO. I'm Ben Wolcott. Today we're joined by the cross-country coach, Adam Hughes. And Adam, I know you guys have already had a couple of meets. How do you feel like both your boys and girls have done so far this year?
I've been real pleased with their efforts. We just got done with Monett a few nights ago, and Monett was a real test for the team, and they came through and they showed a lot of grit, a lot of determination. So, just real pleased with the effort they're putting in so far in the season.
And you guys always host a cross-country meet each and every year. That already happened. What's it mean to you to be able to host one? You always get a lot of different schools in there, and really it's a community event that you get a lot of people to help you out. What's it mean to you to be able to host that each and every year?
It's a big undertaking, but I do enjoy it. The week of, I probably won't tell you that I enjoy it just because there's a lot of stuff to do, but once it starts and you can kind of just take a step back and look at it from a third-person point of view, it is a big thing, and a lot of teams do come, and it's a proud moment to be able to say that you could put something on like that for the community to come watch. And we have a nice course, and I always hear great compliments on how we take care of it there. So yeah, it's a big thing, and it's something that I think the community takes a lot of pride in.
And you guys always have a great cross-country team. Are there anybody on both the boys and the girls back that maybe have exceeded your expectations to start, or is there somebody that you kind of were expecting to do great things and they're continuing to do that?
We've got a nice young group of boys that have come up from the junior high, including 6th grade. There's a lot of, I think I've got 12 6th through 8th grade, because we include 6th grade in there. So when, our junior high boys show up to the race, we fill up the entire box, and you kind of see the looks around and from other teams kind of like, how did Seneca pull in 12 boys? And so I'd say that's the group that I've really enjoyed watching, just because the sheer numbers of it. It's nice to see a nice showing out of those boys going out there to do something that's difficult. But having said that, I'm real pleased with all our numbers all around. We're way up this year. We were at 8 or 9 athletes this year. We got 20. So I've been real pleased with how people have committed to something like running that sometimes doesn't always get a lot of accolades. So yeah, real happy with that.
And you guys have a busy schedule here the rest of the year. What kind of are your goals and expectations as you head towards those district meets?
Yeah, so we've got Mack County next week, and that'll be a big one because we'll see a lot of conference opponents, and we'll see some district ones as well. And so looking to see how those young runners are going to do against that competition that's out there, because, those perennial powers that show up in our conference and district, sometimes we don't get a chance to see them till about midway through the year or even toward the end. So yeah, I'd like to see how they compare to those teams out there that we know we'll see toward the end of the season.
And then, you mentioned conference opponents, and so I'll ask you this question. What does it mean for your cross-country runners? I've asked every coach this, with the contraction a little bit of the Big 8. Do you think that helps? Do you think it hurts? Or, it really doesn't matter?
I've yet to kind of determine what I feel about that. I know that things have kind of been rearranged, and last year our conference was kind of a superpower. We sent a lot of kids from our conference to the state meet. Some kids we only saw once or twice. Some kids we saw nearly every single meet. And so kind of yet to see how that's going to turn out this year. But, I expect that Big 8's going to show out. It always does. It seems like just about every sport we have throughout the year, the Big 8's one of the superpowers in the state. So look forward to seeing it. And if that means that our students kind of have to learn to put it a little more effort because they didn't get the race or they didn't get the finish like they wanted to, it kind of gives us something to shoot for, because they look around and see, look at all these other schools that, they're close to us and they're putting the effort in. We need to as well.
Yeah, and we always talk about how Big 8 play seems to get you ready for the postseason, and I'm guessing you're probably thinking the same thing running-wise, as those other schools just get you ready for the district meet, and then hopefully if you're able to qualify for state as well.
Yeah, Exactly.
Well, Adam, I know you're a busy man, so we appreciate you taking a couple minutes here today on the Indians Minute. Best of luck throughout the rest of the season.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you for listening to the Indians Minute, sponsored by Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Josh Dodson. His office is located at 809 South Neosho Boulevard in Neosho, Missouri. For more information, his number is 417-451-1504.
People's Bank of Seneca is proud to support this portion of the game. They offer banking services including checking and savings accounts, CDs, and loans for individuals and businesses. They have locations in the Seneca and Joplin areas and are online at peoplesbankofseneca.com. People's Bank of Seneca, proud supporters of the Seneca Indians. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
A nonprofit organization, a sponsor of high school sports.
It's time for the Freeman Sports Health Minute. The Freeman Sports Team is proud to serve as the official sports medicine provider for over 20 area high schools and colleges.
Welcome to another Health Minute here on KNEO. We're joined by Jen Lolleman with Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Today's conversation, what is the ACL and what happens when you tear it?
The ACL is the anterior cruciate ligament in the knee. It's one of 4 major ligaments in the knee. It actually provides stability to the knee rotationally, and it connects the femur to the tibia. So when you tear that ACL, the stability in the knee goes. It causes a shifting where that tibia can come forward on that femur, especially with stop and go activity.
No, a lot of people are devastated when they hear, I tore my ACL, and they think of all the rehab and everything that's involved with it. What's rehab time for something like that, and how has technology advanced to help get athletes back on the field in better shape than they were before?
Rehab time is usually 6 to 9 months, depending on the severity and if there's anything going on besides just the ACL tear. The advances are the surgery. The surgery's gotten a lot better in the last 20 years for a faster recovery time to get moving again. It used to be where the athlete would be non-weight bearing for a couple weeks. Now they're walking the next day, and they can do a hamstring graft versus a patellar tendon graft, which is an easier recovery time as well.
For the Freeman Sports Health Minute, I'm Adam Winkler.
Thank you for listening to the KNEO Sports Network Halftime Show. The teams are headed back out on the field. Seth Wilson and Ben Walcott are ready to go in the broadcast booth, and Daryl Harbaugh is returning to the sideline. The third quarter is almost here. Back with more Indians football after this on the KNEO and Seneca Indians Sports Network.
Happy Egg, based out of Rogers, Arkansas, has been a local business for many years with their free-range farms. They are now taking applications for prospective growers to raise hens. If you have 10 acres of land and are interested in learning more information about becoming a Happy Egg grower, their website is happyegg.com/grower or by phone at 479-925-8855. A supporter of community broadcasting on KNEO.
Jamie and Terry Langford with Langford Insurance at 910 Washington Avenue in Seneca, Missouri are proud to serve our local area and support the Seneca Pride Marching Band. Langford Insurance specializes in life, agribusiness, and personal insurance needs. For more information, their phone number is 417-776-5433 or online at www.midaminsurance.com. Go Indians!
I want to ask you this question. Is your home built on a solid foundation?
The home in which Billy and Ruth Graham raised their children was built on a solid foundation, but not just structurally. Their granddaughter, Sissy Graham Lynch, explains.
I think of the memories we have on their front porch and all the hospitality that was shared on that front porch with iced tea and apple pie. Even my parents, they were married on the front lawn overlooking the mountains of North Carolina here. It was in these rooms where my grandmother Ruth led my mom to Christ.
So, how can you create a strong spiritual foundation for your home?
The successful home must be founded on faith in Christ.
And that begins with you. Discover more about deepening your faith foundation by going to findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
And welcome back. We're at the half here in Seneca, Missouri, as the Seneca Pride Marching Band is out on the field. We've already had the Seneca Indianettes, and we've also had the Seneca varsity cheerleaders out there for your halftime performance, as the Indians lead this one on the field in the game 50-0. Halftime show sponsors Prairie Top Chiropractic and Langford Insurance. And Ben, I had to break out the calculator, had to take off my shoes to add all these numbers up that Monett has in the first half. 17 of 40 passing in the first half for 190 yards. You got 190 yards passing, but you have nothing to show for it. So that means you've been up and down the field almost twice with your passing attempts. Now the difference is Seneca's turnovers. Seneca's forced 4 turnovers tonight, 3 pick sixes, and another fumble recovery by Brock Pendergraph or Don Brown. I'm not sure. I can't remember now off the top of my head who got that. It was Don Brown.
Yeah.
Don Brown got the
I think Pendergraph forced it.
Trueluck and Pendergraph, I think, forced it, and Don Brown recovered it. But either way, Seneca 4 turnovers tonight forced. They do have a turnover on their own. First offensive play of the series or of the game for Seneca resulted in a fumble, but they got that one right back. You see Kai Adams with a pick 6. We'll say pick 3 points, and
pick
then
pick 5.5.
Yeah, sure, 5 3/4, and Blaze Graham got the other .25. I think Blaze probably jumped on in the end zone for the touchdown. And then you also have Nolan Napier off the tip pass from Ginger. Napier grabs it out of the air and returns it about 20 yards. And Drew Sherwood also returns one about 50 yards for a touchdown. So 3 pick sixes tonight for the Indians defense. Kind of didn't think the Indians defense would be almost able to score as much as the offense, but Roman Miller has 3 touchdowns tonight, and Caden Klaus has a touchdown as well.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, 24 points off of turnovers for the Indians, like you said, 18 coming directly and then 6 the other way. I mean, there's lots of bugaboos that the coaches are going to find even in a 50-0 game. I think the biggest bugaboo for Seneca is just trying to clean up the snaps. I mean, granted, it seems like sometimes the broken plays have been the better plays for Seneca, but the ball has been on the ground a lot when it comes to the snaps. And Coach mentioned this earlier. A lot of it could be the humidity. Yeah, the sun's down and everything, but it is still hot and muggy even at 8:40 at night.
There is no airflow. The flag is not moving an inch over there on the flagpole on the east end of the end zone. We have about almost 10 minutes to go before we have the start of the second half. We'll go take a break right here. We come back, we'll have some first half stats for you here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
Looking for a bank that puts community first? Look no further than First Community Bank. With our friendly service, convenient locations, and a wide range of financial products and services, we're here to meet all your banking needs. Whether you're saving for the future, buying a home, or starting a business, we're committed to helping you achieve your financial goals. Come experience the First Community Bank difference today. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC.
Do you believe there's no such thing as absolute truth? If you say yes, then you are making an absolute statement. We believe that unchanging moral truth does exist. It comes from God, who loves you and gives it for your good. In fact, He went so far as to die for you and offer you forgiveness you cannot otherwise find. We want to help you learn the truth about heaven and what it means to have a personal relationship with Jesus. Call or text us at 888-NEED-HIM to learn more.
Gas and Snack in Seneca is proud to support the Seneca Indians and be a part of the Seneca community. With 2 locations in the Seneca area, 1608 Cherokee and just north of Highway U on Highway 43, they offer gas as well as pop and a variety of other snacks. The Gas and Snack in Seneca, Missouri is owned by Nick and Sandra Whitehead, proud supporters of the Seneca Indians.
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
And we're at the half here in Seneca, Missouri, as the Indians lead this one 50-0 as they make their way back out on the field. They'll still have about 6 minutes to go before they start the second half. Your halftime show sponsors, Prairie Top Chiropractic and Langford Insurance. I apologize if I'm starting to sound a little bit more nasally here. I already sound nasally enough as it is, but some allergies are starting to kick in here halfway through that second quarter as the Indians make their way on the field. Looking at some stats here in that first half, 17 of 40 for Washik from Monett, 190 yards. He's lost a few yards, lost 24 yards total on the ground because he had about 2 sacks and 3 sacks really against him. And then Umfleet has 2 carries for 7 yards. Soriano has 3 receptions for 63 yards. Brent has 4 receptions for 40 yards. And then Nestle Road has 4 receptions for 37 yards. Umfleet has 5 receptions for 23 yards. Meeks has 4 receptions for 13 yards. Black has a reception for 13 yards. Meeks is at 23 yards. For your Seneca Indians, not a whole lot of offensive plays for the Indians so far. 23 offensive plays. They have completed 2 of 4 passing. Has Caden Kloss for 10 yards. Probert's 1 of 1 for 28 yards. Harris has 2 rushing attempts for 7 yards. Graham has 1 rushing attempt for 6 yards. Miller has 6 rushing attempts for 45. Probert has 2 rushing attempts for 16. Klaus has 8 rushing attempts for 87. Adams does have 1 reception. Didn't get any positive yards on that one. And Ginger has 2 receptions for 38 yards for the Indians tonight. 161 on the ground, 38 through the air, 199 total. So Indians only outgaining Monett, I should say, not total, but outgaining them by about 26 yards.
I know you can't do this, but if you had to pick 6 yards, that would be a lot of difference.
That's a couple yards there in those pick sixes.
In the game. I mean, the closest one was about the
15, 20,
18-yard line. I picked it off, but, I mean, otherwise they had 40, 50-yard pick sixes as well. And I just got a couple updates here, Seth. We'll go over the final drive scoreboard show at the end of the game, but couple interesting scores in the Big 8. Matt County just scored. That score now 7-6 Nevada in the third quarter. And then get this, which we don't know anything about Alex Wilkerson. Cassville has a 10-point lead over Lamar in the third quarter, 28-18.
Now, is that game at Cassville or at Lamar?
At Cassville.
I remember several years ago, Cassville and Lamar battled down to the wire, and Reese came in and hit about a 45-yarder as time expired, maybe in overtime to win the game.
No, it was time. I remember exactly. I think that was 2018, 2019, the year they went to state, and that was the year Seneca lost to them in the district championship game as well. So that was a very good Cassville team. They're trying to rebuild, reload, whatever you want under Coach Wilder.
Recapture the momentum they had.
I mean, Mount Vernon, we talk about how dominant the Big 8 is and how you send teams to state all the time. You think about Class 3. When I first started 2017, 2018, you had Mount Vernon. 2019 or maybe 2018, 2019, you had Cassville. 21, 22, 23, it's kind of been Seneca's time to shine. Monett was there the year before I came.
2016, they won it all. Yeah.
So the reason why you haven't heard Coach Harbaugh at all is he forgot his mic here. He said he was going to go find somebody to talk to, but he doesn't have his microphone.
Apparently he doesn't want to talk to us is really what it boils down to.
Apparently he's done talking for the night. So he'll figure it out eventually. He'll be able to hear us. Potentially he's still got his ears in, but Coach, if you can hear us, I have your microphone. So, and here he comes. He doesn't even have his ears in. And
thought maybe he was just going to turn into a spectator for the second half. Looking, though, through some other stats here, as far as drive charts, Monett has run 43 plays, 153 yards on the drive chart yards because you have some negative plays in there from holding penalties, etc. Seneca, 23 plays, 202 yards, 9:28 time of possession for Seneca in that first half. Again, Seneca just offensively doing what they want outside of the fumble. They've scored on every single possession they've had. They've scored on 3 of Monett's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 possessions that Monett has. Seneca has actually scored on 3 of them. So that's a lot of possessions, and you're only 66% where you're not either scoring or getting a first down or whatever, punting the ball. And Seneca has 3 touchdowns against Monett's offense.
I mean, normally you give up how many yards passing have they given up? 100 something, and you go, man, that's bad. Against 47 pass attempts, or 40. I mean, I'd say that's still pretty good if you're the Indians, and you still haven't given up a point yet.
You hold them just under 50%. We're going to take another break, as it looks like they've already got the clock back to 12 minutes. I thought they were going to give them another 3 minutes to warm up, but they did not.
I think they already did that.
I may have missed that, Vince. We're going to keep it right here to start the second half of play.
I was going to say, I think both teams are just kind of lollygagging around, so maybe I missed something that you did too, and now Seneca going to come out. We were talking off air, Seneca going to send out their first team receiving unit, and you may see the starters here for a drive, maybe 2, and then you'll probably get the bomb squad in for after that.
Do you watch for the onside kick? We haven't seen Monett kick the ball yet tonight. Do you watch for the onside kick?
You watch for it, but I don't know that they would bother trying it here. I mean, crazier things have happened, but yes, you do have to watch for it.
Yeah, what do they got to lose?
Yeah, you have nothing to lose, so why not go for it? I mentioned a while ago, I was in Monett's shoes back when I played football in high school. It was not fun, and our coach still did onside kicks even after we'd score late in the game. We'd be down 56-0. We'd score, and we'd still go for the onside kick. So Seneca definitely has to be ready for that right now as we get ready to start the second half.
That's a big lineman actually kicking off for them, number 60. So Seneca is anticipating an onside as they move everybody up. I mean, everybody's up inside about the 30-yard line. I think that's Blaze Graham back there, the deepest, and actually booted over his head, and that's not actually Harrison. He's going to let it bounce until about the 5.
Harris is going to pick it up at about the 5-yard line. He's going to run to the left side, makes a cutback at the 15, still on his feet at the 20, gets taken down across the 25-yard line, where Seneca will have their first possession of the second half. And Seneca already bringing their 2s out on the field, it looks like. As you see, number 51 checking in for the Indians. That's Lucas Stevens. Connell Trueluck coming in. Number 67, Journey Williams. Stone Oiler out there as Brant Laughlin's going to be running the quarterback. And number 74, Gentry Barnes for the Indians.
I'll have to see. Monett may keep their 1s out there because a lot of their 1s are still sophomores and juniors and need all the experience they can get. But this will be good experience for the Seneca 2s. I mean, they're going up against, Seneca's tough 1s all the time.
It's a pitch to Hunter Haynes. He's going to lower his shoulder at the 27-yard line, falling forward to just shy of the 30. We'll give him the 30-yard line. A 3-yard pickup for Haynes, 2nd down and 7.
Keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X, Twitter at KNEO917 Sports. Seneca softball, weird start time Monday, 3 p.m. up at the complex. 2:40 airtime. Tuesday, Thursday next week, Big 8 games, and those will be normal 4:30 start times.
Jackson Wilson spread out to the near side. Laughlin in at quarterback. Going to send Jackson.
False start.
Jagger in motion. I said Jackson. I was trying to say Paxton Brugel and Jagger Wilson, and it came out Jackson, so I apologize for that.
Jude King, the one that jumped a little bit early there for Seneca, makes it 2nd down and 12.
I was trying to go through the penalty yards there during one of our breaks. I think Seneca only has the one penalty for 8 yards. It was a holding penalty that brought him back, and I haven't got to Monett.
It was an extra point, too, on the 2-point conversion. Sorry to interrupt you.
2nd down and 12 now for the Indians after the false start. Ball placed back at the 25-yard line. It's going to be an option play. Laughlin's going to keep it himself, and he's trying to spin out of contact and be brought down.
I think he lost a yard.
And they say he got back to the 25. So no gain on the play. 3rd down and 12.
And this is good experience for these Seneca 2s and 3s that get to go up against some bigger linemen and linebackers. 2's going against 1, but I mean, it's nothing they haven't seen because they're going up against Seneca's 1s in practice on Tuesday and Wednesday, and you hear it all the time. Seneca talks about how their scout team sometimes seems like it's harder than the opposing teams.
Trips to the far side this time for the Indians. And it's going to be an option play. It's going to be a pitch to Haynes. Haynes is going to make a cutback to 25, still on his feet at the 30, rolling forward up to about the 34-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down. Depending on where they mark his progress, he'll still be short. Up to the 34 he goes. So a pickup of 9 on the option play, making it 4th down and 3.
Good run, though, there by Hunter Haynes. And Coach says it all the time, but it's hard to get him down.
Seneca looks like they're going to keep their offense out on the field with 9 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter.
You do have a running clock here, so Seneca may be trying to see if they can catch Monett and get them to jump off sides. So they're going for it.
That's going to be a pitch to Haynes. Haynes makes one guy miss. He's still on his feet at the 40, 45-50, 45-40, 35-30. He's going to give a stiff arm to his defender, and he's going to be brought down inside the 15 at about the 11-yard line. A good run there by Hunter Haynes on the option play. Thought he was going to be dead to rights, eluded the tackler, spun out of that one, and then it was just a foot race down the sidelines as the tackler on the play is actually injured because he threw down Haynes hard, but I think he injured himself on the play.
Yeah, Hunter Haynes was able to break through contact at the 34, his own 34-yard line. If he gets tackled there, it's a turnover on downs, but like we say all the time, it doesn't matter which one. All of these guys won't go down on first contact, and this guy is down and down good. So, Seth, I think we'll take a timeout here.
We will take a timeout. 8:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
It's easy to go through seasons of life taking things for granted and thinking it'll all work out. However, when life is disrupted, we start thinking more intentionally. Like the people we care about, they're even more important. But only one thing offers us peace that lasts for eternity, and that's knowing Jesus Christ as our Lord and Savior. If you want to learn more about what Jesus Christ did for you or how to have a personal relationship with Him and find eternal peace, call or text us at 888-NEED-HIM or chat with us at chataboutjesus.com.
And we welcome you back here as there's 8:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter play. The injured play, I believe, was number 3, Kelby Canella. And again, so hard to read their jersey numbers for Monett. That goldish color on white just doesn't really stand out. Easy for the officials to see it. Coach said it was hard for him to see the numbers down there on the sideline. He's right there with them.
Coach is colorblind, though, so.
1st down and 10, ball placed at the 11-yard line. Laughlin takes the snap. It's going to fake it to Haynes. He's going to run to the right side. He's at the 5, spin move down to the 5, inside the 5 to the 4-yard line goes Laughlin.
I think they're going to stick him at the 5, maybe 4.5.
I think I'm going to have him at the 4. Pick up a 7 on the play, 2nd down and 3 on the quarterback keeper.
You can't get a 1st down at the 1-yard line. Everyone at the Neosho Daily News wishes the Seneca Indians good luck.
8 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 3, ball placed at the 4. 2 receivers to the near side. That's going to be Bud and Easton Haynes. Low snap. Handoff's going to go to Haynes. Haynes is going to go out to the right side. He's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Hunter Haynes.
Whoever is blowing the horn is probably going to be out of whatever that is here pretty quick. Good job there by Haynes. I think that was originally supposed to go off tackle. It wasn't there. Bounces it outside. And I think Seneca continuing, like we said, just go for 2 here because the point after attempts have not been there for the Indians.
On for 2 now for the Indians. It's going to be a fake to Haynes, and Laughlin's going to go up and across the plane as he dives in for that one. And the Indians add to their lead. 58-0, 7:43 to go here in the third quarter on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
Hey, it's that time of year again. On Friday nights, you can come out and watch the Seneca Indians play football. And then on Sundays, let me invite you to come right next door to the Seneca football field to the Seneca Church of Christ. On Sundays, we have Bible classes for all age groups at 9 a.m. and worship services at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. On Wednesdays, we have Bible classes at 7 p.m. And on Tuesday mornings during the school year, we have Devo and Donuts at 7 a.m. for all junior high and high school students. We love to have you come visit us. We are proud supporters of the Seneca Indians. Go Indians!
And we welcome you back as the Indians score on a 4-minute 17-second drive, went 73 yards on 6 plays. The big play in there, Hunter Haynes going for 55 yards.
On fourth down, is that one? It's Jagger Wilson actually.
It's going to go out of bounds, so Monett will have it first down and 10 at the 35 or maybe even the 40 where it went out of bounds.
Yeah, Jagger Wilson was actually the one kicking off, so maybe giving Drew Sherwood a little bit of a break as well. As went out of bounds, they're saying at the 32, which if you take the penalty, it's at the 35. Or is it 5 yards from the 35?
5 yards from where it went out of bounds, potentially.
So that would be the 38. And that's where they're going, is the 38-yard line. So it went out at the 33, and now you're there. Make sure you stay tuned after tonight's game for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Also check out our live scoreboard during the game. KNO.org/sports. Click on the scoreboard link. Get the latest scores from games around the areas that are happening. And Seth, there are some interesting scores out there to look forward to.
Going to send a man in motion. It's going to be 4 receivers to the far side. Washik's going to look for the quick hitter. And coming up to make the play, forcing him back inside, I believe that's Cade Finley.
Number 19.
Finley makes the stop. Jude King there to help out as well.
No gain. Didn't gain any yard.
He got to the 38, so no gain on the play. And it's a completion, but no gain. Trips to the near side this time for Washik. Looks like the receivers take off a little bit early. Washik looking to go left. Now he's going to roll back to the right side. It's going to be caught, and he's going to stay. No, he's going to say he went out of bounds.
Stepped out of bounds after 1 yard gain there.
Soriano caught it at the 39 and 38 and stepped out of bounds at the 39, so just a 1 yard gain for Soriano.
And you know these first stringers here for Seneca are rooting on these second and third stringers because they want to keep this Monett score at 0.
Trips to the near side. Again, looked like the left tackle may have moved quick there, and it's going to be caught over the middle. Stone Oiler on the cover. It's going to be a first down as Nesselrode gets that one across midfield to the 49. So a pickup of 12 on the play.
I'm with you, Seth. It does look like they're jumping the gun by maybe half a step.
And even the receivers are too before the ball snapped.
Yeah.
6:26 to go here in the third quarter. Washik looking for the quick screen. Once again, it's going to be caught, and it's going to be down the sideline he goes. 2 missed tackles that time for the Indians, and it's going to be a touchdown for Monett. Wilson was on the back side of that one. He didn't have good position, and then Ryder Owens tried to give chase, and they were able to score. So Monett punches it in for the first time with 6:12 to go here.
But, I mean, if you think about it, it's 2s on 1, or, 1s on 2s. But, yeah, there's a couple missed tackles there by Seneca as well that could have prevented that from being anything. And after that score, Seth, you may see some 1s back in for a drive because Tyrone Harris is getting his helmet on.
Trips to the far side, quick hitter over the middle, ball thrown behind the intended target. 2-point conversion attempt is no good. As the Indians lead this one 58-6 with 6:12 to go here in the third quarter play on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm for working hard for what you get and then protecting what you've got. Your home, your vehicles, your life. I'm for making an honest living and taking pride in what you do, and for giving back to the community I call home. I'm for serving my clients with the respect and dignity you would expect from the farmers that started this company And though I know you probably hope you never need me, I'm here for you when you do. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and if you're a Missourian, I'm for you.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
And welcome back here in Seneca, Missouri, as the Indians lead 58-6 after Monett scores on.
He said Nestler Rhodes is the one that scored.
Yeah, Nessel Rhodes scored there on that quick slant route. Again, that's what they want more than anything, those quick slants. When you have man coverage, maybe Seneca will start pressing a little bit with their second string number 2 guys as well, starting to press that a little bit.
Seneca got it bunched out there. They still have their number 1 kickoff return team out there.
Yeah, the number 1 hands team out there.
Probably expecting an onside kick again.
Well, a while ago they didn't do it. Now they're going to do that, as it's going to be fielded by Jagger Wilson.
Good job
right
there
at the
by
48-yard line. And his goal, the first guy through there, was to go through and try to take out Wilson. Wilson came up and made a play on the ball.
Community Bank and Trust, proudly serving our customers for the past 140 years. You may visit their branch at 1102 South Cherokee for all your banking needs. Member FDIC and equal housing lender, proud sponsor of the Seneca Indians.
And there's a timeout for water. We'll step aside too. We'll come back right after this.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour record service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
First down and 10 for Seneca, under 6 to go here in the third quarter. It's going to be an option play. Brant Laughlin's going to keep it. He's going to pitch it to Haynes at the last second. He's at the 45, makes a cutback at the 43, still on his feet. Finally going to be brought down to about the 42-yard line.
It's a very late pitch, but a good job there by Hunter to avoid a couple contacts, and even a good job there by Laughlin on the pitch play.
Second down and 3 after the 7-yard pickup.
They don't usually like to drag it out that long, but the outside linebacker was way out there.
Game brought to you tonight by Numac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, Seneca Church of Christ, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and Christian Healthcare Ministries. Low snap. That's going to be Laughlin running to the right side. He's at the 40, 35, runs into a host of Cubs. He's going to have enough for the first down. At about the 32.5-yard line, 33. Pickup of 9 on the play.
You see there on the replay, Seth, you got about 7 guys on the line of scrimmage, and Seneca is just winning the battles one-on-one with the linemen, and you're able to get the push into that second level. And like Darryl has said all night long, you get to that second level, I mean, you're going to have big gains.
2 receivers to the far side, this time for Laughlin. Jude King in at the tight end position on the near side. And it's going to be a handoff to Haynes. Haynes is going to dance around. He's going to fall forward to the 30-yard line. Pickup of 2 on the play, second down and 8.
Try and get the up man. It's a running back, kind of like a fullback going across and cut off the.
Talking about the H-back for the Indians? Yeah. Send him a little bit of motion. Then
try and get the end, and he didn't. I mean, he did an okay job, but didn't do a great job of getting that end there.
2 receivers the far side this time for Laughlin. And it's going to be Laughlin around to the right side. He's going to try to bounce it out to the outside. He got held onto by the jersey to pull him down from behind across the 25 to about the 23-yard line. He's going to be about a yard short of the line to gain.
Third down and 1 inches, whatever you want to call it.
That quarterback counter, I think, is what they're running.
That's what they've been
very
running.
Successful.
Great running there by Laughlin. Great blocking downfield by the Indians.
Yeah, you love these number 2s still be able to get a push.
You got Rush Crane in there, H-back, doing a good job getting downfield to block for Laughlin. Laughlin's going to make a cutback, still on his feet, going to dive for. Good second effort there by Laughlin because he got hit would have been tackled for a loss. He's going to get across the 20-yard line down to the 18, and slow coming off the turf for the Cubs is number 79. That is Wyatt Leslie, 6'1", 225-pound junior. Laughlin's going to get it to the 18 and pick up a 5 on that carry. Again, simple quarterback counter. First down and 10, 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Handoff's going to go to Haynes. Haynes going to cut back now at the 30-yard line, still on his feet, and there's a penalty flag coming flying in from the back judge. He's standing at the back of the end zone. What he saw there, I'm not sure if there was a holding penalty.
The only thing you really could call from that back end would be blocking the back, because you're staring at the back.
I mean, he is 25 yards away from the play.
He called a face mask on Monett, so you can see that too.
We're starting to criticize him for making that. That's a great call. He's making that from all the way back there. He's got better vision than I do.
And that makes it first down and about 1.
So it's a 5-yard variety. So he would have got to the 14, so it's a 5-yard pickup for Haynes on that carry. And you had 5 more on top of that one. Or about a 4-yard carry, excuse me.
Yeah. First and 1. I don't think I've ever seen that one before as they fake the handoff.
Laughlin's going to run to the right side. He's at the 5. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Brant Laughlin. As he takes it in from 9 yards out, you watch the simple quarterback counter.
And
take the handoff to
Haynes.
Haynes going to the left side, and you got your H-back and your left tackle, quick tackle pulling there.
The other thing is Monett's kind of crashing down and leaving that wide zone over there for the Indians, and we'll see if Seneca continues to go for 2 or they go for 1 here. I think they're going for 2, as I think the offense is still out there.
2:39 to go here in the third quarter of play. Laughlin in there, Haynes in there. Rush Crane at the H-back. Jude King split out to the near side. Now they're going to send Bud to the near side as well.
Plenty of time on the play clock. Still got 5 seconds.
You're going to send a man in motion. That's Euler. Handoff's going to go to Euler on the jet sweep. He's going to make a cutback. No, he's going to try to string it out to the outside. He's going to be brought down as he was unable to get into the end zone. 64-6, your score here in the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Have you ever felt like you were beyond forgiveness? Has anyone ever told you that your sins are unforgivable? If you've believed these lies, then you've probably felt like hiding from God and wishing you could start over. The good news is Jesus has paid the price for all sin, and you can start over. You can have God see you just as he sees his perfect son, Jesus. If you're interested in learning what it means to be forgiven and have Jesus in your life, then call us at 888-NEED-HIM or chat with us online at chataboutjesus.com.
The staff at Mid-America Specialty Markets, along with Jamie and Terry Langford, are proud to serve our community and support the local high school students in their extracurricular activities this school year. Langford Insurance specializes in life, agribusiness, commercial, and personal insurance needs. Please stop by and see us at our office at 908 Washington Avenue, or call us at 417-776-LIFE, or visit us at midaminsurance.com.
And we welcome you back here on the KNEO Sports Network as Wilson kicks this one. It's going to bounce down at the 25. Bud's giving chase. And here comes the rest of the Indians trying to get to him outside. He's got a little bit of a runway there. Easton Haynes takes him down. I believe also there coming off the bottom of the pile was Jagger Wilson. And Bud on the backside taking him down as well. Gets it up to the 41-yard line.
Keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ballgame schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X, Twitter at KNEO917 Sports. Seneca softball at home Monday, Tuesday, Thursday next week. Monday, 3 o'clock. First pitch, Tuesday, Thursday, 4:30. We'll have all 3 games for you on the KNEO Sports Network.
First down and 10 for Monett. Washington going to drop back to pass, going for the home run ball. Brant Laughlin going to come over, and he's not able to get there in time as they're looking for number.
He caught it. It was 5, I think.
Number 16 Brant is he
caught it.
One who caught the ball all the way down to the 29-yard line.
It's that out and up that they missed with Harris. And Graham came over late. That's the same thing that happened. This time they were able to get the snap, and we may be getting ready for a different quarterback next time Seneca comes in.
So 30 yards on that pass completion to Brant. Looked like their slot guy moved a little quick. Now they're going for the home run ball, and it's well placed. And there's going to be a pass interference penalty that comes flying in from the back judge. And Easton Haynes is going to get flagged for PI.
He was face guarding. I didn't think he had contact at all, but like I say to Daryl all the time in softball, my opinion doesn't matter. So
1:09 to go here as the PI is going to be a 15-yarder.
So it'd be 1st and 10 from about the 15. They're at the 30. 29. So
half the distance.
No, not from the 30. It wouldn't be half the distance. I don't think.
They're trying to figure it out. We're trying to figure it out. Who knows where they're going to put the ball?
Should be at the fifth. Should be at about the 15-yard line, maybe 14.
They're going to take it all the way to the 15.
Yeah, because the ball was at the 29, so 15 yards should be the 14.
PI on that play. Ball at the 19.
14.
14-yard line. 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. Washik looking for the quick hitter once again. It's going to be incomplete. Good job by Bud to get his hand inside that one and break it up.
It's one of those timing routes like we've talked about all night long, and a good job by him to stick a hand in there.
Well, all they're doing is just going for a quick slant. 3-step drop, get rid of the ball quickly. Whenever you're going man-to-man, if you have a little bit of inside leverage on your guy, it's going to be open. That's what Coach Mock and Washik are all looking for, is the inside leverage. Who's got the best inside leverage? Where's the matchup going to be at? Washik going to roll again, going to look for that inside coverage, and it's going to be caught for the touchdown for Soriano. Caught from 14 yards out for Soriano.
Same play as the last time they scored the touchdown, and literally the same play as last time as well. Last two times, they're just, like you said, going on those slant routes and seeing who's able to score as they go for two again. But, I mean, you think about this. I mean, this is good experience for the Seneca 2s. They're going up against Monett's 1s.
Washik going to be flushed out of the pocket, and it's going to be caught. Ends up being caught by Soriano, and he goes in for the two-point conversion. Monett cheering like they just won the Super Bowl. 64-14 your score. 17 seconds left here in the third quarter on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Happy Egg supports the family farmer because they've seen the difference a choice like this can make. Now you can grow for Happy Egg and choose to raise hens the right way, the happy way. When you grow for Happy Egg, you're growing for a family-owned and operated business. You're raising happy hens on 10+ acres who will lay happy eggs. You're working for yourself. As a Happy Egg grower, you'll receive new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Visit happyegg.com/grower to apply today.
And welcome back as Seneca still has their hands team on. 17 seconds left here in the third quarter.
There's another onside kick, and that's not going to go 10 yards, but
Jagger Wilson's going to recover that one at the 46-yard line. 0 for 2 on your onside kick attempts.
I mean, that's a good job by Jagger. It didn't go 10 yards, but you don't want to play that game of it potentially going 10 yards and you just kind of delaying the inevitable. Seneca will have one more play here to end the third quarter, or that's the end of the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter. We're going in the fourth quarter. Seneca leading this one 64-14 on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Have you ever felt burdened, broken, or worthless? The other day I was digging through my wallet and came across an old wrinkled $20 bill. If I offered you that bill, would you take it? No matter what I do to it, that $20 bill has value because of what it is, not how it looks or where it's been. You may feel worthless, but you're not. You still have value to Jesus. To learn more, call 888-NEED-HIM or chat with us live at needhim.org.
Ready to buy your dream home? Look no further than First Community Bank's Mortgage Department. Our experienced team is here to help you every step of the way, from pre-approval to closing. With competitive rates, flexible terms, and personalized service, we'll make sure your home buying process is a breeze. Visit First Community Bank today and let us help make your dream home a reality. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we welcome you back here in the fourth quarter as we begin this one. Seneca with the ball.
Different quarterback.
And the right, there was a stoppage of play. Looked like maybe Owens jumped outside, but they didn't call that one. Handoff's going to go to Silas Ball to the left side. Quarterback in now for the Indians is Boston Probert, younger brother of Brody Probert. I don't think Boston's ran quarterback for a few years, as last year he got moved to running back in 8th grade. He's been playing running back so far this year. Ball is going to get a few yards on the carry up to the 44-yard line. I just gave him 44 yards on that one because I typed it into my stat sheet. He just got 2 yards.
Yeah. Interesting score. Cassville and Lamar. Lamar has cut it to 28-26. That game in the fourth.
2nd down and 8 for the Indians. Probert in shotgun formation. Handoff's going to go to Ball again. He dances around. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and keeps his feet churning. Going to get some positive yards. Good second effort there by Ball just to get a few yards on that one. 11 minutes to go on this one. Game brought to you tonight by Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, the Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Marine Center Incorporated, Community Bank and Trust, Langford Insurance, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, and Happy Egg. Ball placed at the 43-yard line, so just a pickup of 1 for Silas Ball on that play.
I mean, Seneca just trying to milk some clock here as much as possible. At some point, if you want to get a first down, you may throw it, but right now they're just content to try and milk it as much as possible.
3 receivers to the near side, and they're going to run the toss play to Ball. Ball's going to cut it back upfield, lowers his shoulder at the 42, going to get to the 41. So just a pickup of 2 on the play, 4th down and 5.
See if Seneca punts or if they go for it here. I think they may be punting here because Probert's coming out, so I think the punting unit may be out there. Probert may be one of those quick kick specialists.
Maybe trying to pass it here, too.
Yeah, I was going to say they may be going for a first down here.
Looked like the right guard may have jumped a little early. Probert's going to take it. He's going to get to the 40-yard line, and he's not going to have enough for the first down.
Probably first and down for Monett, but yeah, probably trying to see if you could get a first down and get the yardage moving still as you flip it over on downs. I think Seneca sent some of their ones in there to try and see if they could get a first down on the play. I mean, Probert didn't go down on first contact, but
Probert was the only one that was in there just to run the quarterback sweep. The rest of them were
2s and 3s.
Oh, at least 3s.
Monett still has their 1s in there. Coach Hilburn is going to call a timeout. I believe he didn't have the right personnel out there. 9:16 to go here in the fourth quarter. Seneca leading 64-14 on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Locally owned, operated, and here for you. Check out the new face of the Neosho Daily News, covering Newton County, highlighting area residents, businesses, school news, sports, and more. Find us on Facebook at Neosho Daily News or call 417-451-1520. Go get 'em, Indians!
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
First down 10 from Monett. They try to go for a long ball downfield, and Bud is going to get called for the pass interference. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty to put him on the other side of the 50-yard line to the 45.
Well, they waved it off, I think, Seth, because
or maybe they declined it, and surely they didn't.
No, okay, they're going from the 4. I thought they waved it off. It's only the 5. No, I was going to say it should be 15.
It's a 15-yarder.
I was like, what are they doing?
The clock should still run. I had it stopped momentarily. Again, Monett still with their ones out there playing right now.
And Seneca's threes.
Seneca has some freshmen in there playing and some sophomores. Washuk looking to throw, not there. Now he's going to roll out to the right. Now he's just going to look for the dump pass, and it's going to be out of bounds, intended target on the near sideline.
Number 2. Oh, no, that was Seneca.
On the sideline was
number 9.
Was number 9 Baker. He is a freshman, so they have some other, excuse me, that's Black. They have 2 different number 9s in there, as they're up to over 40 passing attempts on the game.
I thought they had over 40 in the first half.
They're at 48. Well, they've only ran about 7 plays here in the second half.
Okay.
Washuk going to look to throw once again, going for the home run ball. Coming over late is the safety, but it's going to be incomplete and out of bounds.
Yeah, the safety came over late, but that was a good job by the Owens over there to basically use the sideline as an extra defender.
Now you got to watch for the quick slant because you know that's their bread and butter they like to go to. Monett still has a couple starters still out there, as they have Meeks still out there running as a wide receiver. Washuk going to drop back to pass, and they're looking for the out route, but the receiver went to an in route.
Yeah, miscommunication there by Monett.
So that was their 50th passing attempt on the night, looking for number 22, Nestle Road. And it's going to make it 4th down and 10.
Seneca trying to get one more stop here.
7:20 to go here in the game. Seneca leading 64-14. Game brought to you tonight by People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Prelude Maintenance Center, and the Seneca School District. Washuk going to look to throw once again. Drops back to pass, heaves it out to the far sideline. It's going to be caught and out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. They're going to say he got all the way down to the 28 for enough for the first down.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't horrible coverage. Yeah, you're in trailing position, but Seneca defender, I mean, that was a pretty good placed ball.
17-yard pickup there for Washuk and Nestle Road. Washuk waiting the snap, going to throw. Got pressure in his face, and it's going to be scooped off the ground. Was looking for number 9, Black.
And Seneca, I mean, what number is that? So they were able to get pressure up front. 29, the last 2 plays, has done a good job of getting pressure. I don't know 29's name for Seneca.
The good thing about the running clock is even on our incomplete pass, it continues to run.
Yeah.
Looking for the quick slant again. That's going to be incomplete. Giving pressure there for the Indians. I believe that's number 29.
Yeah, that's
Hayden Crane.
That's 3 plays in a row he's been able to get pressure because he caused the incompletions on 1st and 2nd down too, as we have a timeout for water.
It's a 6-minute mark. We'll stop too. 64-14 here on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
At ProLube Tire and Auto Center, we know what it means to rely on your vehicle. We race all year and know how to get that extra inch out of every part. Precision, quality, and reliability are not just words to us. It's what we do every day. We know you rely on your vehicle to perform for your family. From oil changes to full-on repairs, ProLube gives you the best racetrack team experience, so you can be worry-free.
ProLube Tire and Auto Center, where we get it right on the road and the track.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com. And
5:59 to go here in the 4th quarter. As looks like Monett still has, no, they've checked out, and it's going to be incomplete. Caden Budd had the chance to interception. That would have went ahead and ended the game. Looks like Monett has subbed some more guys out, as it looks like they brought in number 9 to be their quarterback. That is Baker, I believe, more than likely. Who knows who their quarterback is because they have 2 number 9s out there. 5:30 to go here in this one. Game brought to you by Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Doug's Body Works, Prairie Top Chiropractic, and Cedar Lane Farm and Garden. 3 receivers on the near side. Going to look to throw. Looking to throw over the middle. Incomplete, as the new quarterback is either 19 or 14. And it's going to be a turnover on downs. And Seneca should be able to run out the clock with just a couple plays.
Yeah, Seneca, good job there by the Indians. As 5 minutes and counting here for the Indians, as Lamar is down at the 2-yard line of Cassville's. It's 35-26 Cassville, but Lamar is knocking on the door scoring-wise to try and cut into that lead.
Say 35-26?
35-26, but Lamar is at about the 2-yard line of Cassville's. I don't have a time on there, though.
Boston Probert still in at quarterback. Silas Ball to the left of him. It's going to be a handoff to Ball to the right side, just right off center. Ball's going to get up to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 2.
On the tackle, number 30, Phillips.
And it'll be 2nd down and 8.
Ball's getting some tough yards here for Seneca.
Just
got to give him all the credit in the world.
Keeps his head down and keeps on turning forward.
Yeah, that's all you can ask at this point.
Caden Finley's going to check in, as well as number 17, Jackson Garcia. 2 receivers to the near side. Tight on the near side as well. Handoff's going to go to Ball. He's trying to get to the outside edge. He's at the 30-yard line, lowers his shoulder, and he's going to get out to the 32, another 2-yard pickup. Going to make it 3rd down and 6.
2 yards in the cloud of dust instead of 3 yards in the cloud of dust.
This next snap will take us under the 3-minute mark.
Well, Lamar just scored to make it 35-32. PAT pending in that one.
They enjoy those close games, don't they?
Especially this year. Number 10 is the quarterback. Is that Wilkerson? So Wilkerson's back for Lamar.
Oh, you're watching the game, Ben. Ben's watching the game while we have a game going on in front of us.
I'm watching them both.
He is multitasking. He is in charge of keeping our sponsor breaks going and everything else.
Seneca's calling their second timeout here.
Seneca calls a timeout just to get the right personnel on the field. Under 3 to go here in the 4th quarter. Seneca leading 64-14 on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
And we welcome you back here on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network. Seneca leads this one 64-14. Seneca's got the ball, 3rd down and 6 coming up. Boston Probert in at quarterback, trips to the near side now for the Indians. Probert's going to take the snap. It's a low snap. He's going to pitch it to Ball. Ball's across the 35, lowers his shoulder at the 36. He's got enough for the 1st down. Good job there by Ball to get that second effort to get up to the 39, a 7-yard pickup.
You talk about yards after contact all the time.
And Probert had to hurry and pitch that one out because he was a low snap, and he just did everything he could do to get that over to Ball, and Ball did the rest. I don't expect much from Ben the rest of the game as he's listening to the Lamar Cassville game. Coach, you're going to have to help me out.
It was good blocking downfield. We picked everybody up, and Ball made a good cut.
2 receivers to the far side. H-back is Rush Crane.
I was just trying to figure out how much time is left in that game as the ball is fumbled, and I think they're going to call a false start.
Because everybody moved except for the center.
So it's 35-34 Cassville, 1:26 to go in the game. So Lamar's going to have to go for a onside kick to have any opportunity.
It actually kind of works out good. You don't have a play. You don't lose the ball. You have a 5-yard penalty. Clock still continues to wind during the penalty. So Seneca just...
And now Seneca going to go quick here.
Hoping to get this one wrapped up without anybody getting injured as Monett has several guys loaded in the box. It's going to be Probert keeping it to the right side, his first varsity carry, and he's going to get to the 37, 38-yard line.
Good job by him. Gained about 4 yards on the carry.
Up to the 39. Ball was previously spotted at the 35, so a 4-yard carry for Boston Probert, his first varsity carry of his career.
I think we're 2 snaps away from this one being over, Seth.
2nd down and 11. Yeah, you're about right, Ben. See where they snap this one. Probert awaiting the snap. Good snap this time. Handoff's going to go to ball to the left side. He lowers his shoulder at the 41, sneaks under one guy, spinning forward across the 45 to the 47-yard line. Good job by Silas Ball to keep his feet churning.
Yeah, gained about 7 on the play. Makes it 3rd down and short. Seneca only needs one more snap here to end the ball game.
8-yard pickup there for Ball. 3rd down and 3.
And you got to make sure you snap this under 40.
And I don't think there'll be an issue with that as they're just now getting set at the line of scrimmage. Probert going to take the snap, hand off the Ball. Ball's going to try to bounce to the outside, and he's going to actually maybe lose a yard.
They say no gain. Well, the far judge says no gain. Other one says he lost a yard. So which one are you going with?
26 seconds left, 18 seconds left, I'm sorry. 16 seconds, and Seneca's going to move to 4-0 on this year as they win this one 64-14. As the clock continues to wind down at 5 seconds now. We'll take a break here. We come back. We'll have the post-game show for you here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
The Seneca R7 School District is proud to support the student athletes and coaches competing in this game. High school activities help students learn life values such as hard work, dedication, and teamwork. The Seneca R7 School District is honored to serve such a great community and wants to thank all the Indian fans for their great support. The Seneca R7 School District. Tradition, pride, class.
A proud backer of the Seneca Indians is Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca. Located at 1101 Cherokee, they are honored to serve the area with traditional service options including church and graveside services. They also have pre-arranged funeral plans. For more information, the phone number for Funeral Director Mike Steele at Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca is 417-776-2251 or online campbell-biddlecomefh.com.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is better health, better you.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half-priced, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca, located at 308 Washington, open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Proud to support the Seneca Indians.
Churches everywhere preach that heaven and hell are real, and that a relationship with Jesus Christ is the only way to get to heaven.
When you hear such a message, you can do one of two things.
Billy Graham.
First, you can reject it, laugh it off, take it lightly, or you can weigh the facts, heed the warning, and gauge your life and actions accordingly, and repent of your sins, and turn to Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior.
So what does repent of your sins mean? It means you're sorry for the sins that you've committed, and you ask the Lord to help you stop sinning.
It is never too late to repent, never too late to turn to Christ. All the way through the scriptures, it teaches that God is a God of love, forgiveness, and mercy.
And He wants you to know all three. Someone is ready to talk with you right now when you call 888-388-2683. That's 888-388-2683. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour wrecker service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians! A sponsor of community broadcasting on KNEO, Southwest Missouri Bank in Neosho, serving the Neosho area from 2 locations. They offer personal banking services, including checking and savings accounts, home loans, and online banking. Learn more online at smbonline.com. Southwest Missouri Bank, an equal housing lender. Member FDIC, where their slogan is Southwest Missouri Bank.
And we welcome you back as Seneca, the 64-14 lead. Daryl's got a couple players for us.
Hey, we got Tyrone Harris here. He came over from Neosho. Hey, let me explain something to you. I mean, you guys did a great job. I mean, pass coverage, and you do a good job of covering their best receiver that they got.
Yeah, well, I didn't do too great today, but I try my best for my team. I do everything my coach asked me to do. You know, he sets up a good game plan, and we go from there.
Well, did you give up a touchdown on the receiving end?
Oh, no, sir, I didn't.
No, you didn't. That's the main thing. You can give up. You know, I always said this. You can give up the. You know, you might be able to lose the battle, but don't lose the war.
Yes, sir. That's right.
And you did. You know, I tell you what. I know your teammates are going to give you a hard time leaving that ball on the ground.
Oh yeah, I know. I know. I know. You know, it's just something we got to work on. Coach has been egging me on, keeping the ball tucked tonight. Finally proved that I need to work on that. So,
well, I tell you what, the pass coverage has improved since you've been on this field, and it's been a joy to watch you play, and making their TD receptions as well. You got some wheels on you, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Nolan Napier, I brought you over here. Okay, we haven't interviewed a D lineman with a pick six this year. Okay,
ever.
Let's put it that way.
So.
Yeah, first for everything, baby. That was awesome. And real quick, I don't know what Tyrone Harris is talking about. He had a heck of a game. I'd take him against anyone any day.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he may be a little bit disappointed in himself, but I'm telling you what, he can't be. And so is that defensive line. I mean, you guys did a great job putting pressure on that quarterback tonight.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we worked it all week. We knew we were going to be rushing 3, and we just had to get home. Yeah, you're a big passing team, so we knew it was a big part of the game plan tonight.
And you got to give Hagan a little assist on that, don't you?
I think he deserves most of the credit for that. I was just there.
It was fun to watch you guys, going in for a touchdown. So, anyway, hey, let's have a good week of practice, okay? Guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. That is Tyrone Harris and Nolan Napier. Tyrone Harris playing shutdown corner tonight. Didn't have the pick six like 3 other Seneca players did tonight, but Nolan Napier, one of those guys that got a pick six, helped out a little bit by Hagan Ginger. We're going to take another break. We come back, we'll have more post-game show for you. Your post-game show sponsors, Carter College and the Seneca School District.
A lot of people put Billy Graham on a pedestal. They thought if anyone could get into heaven by being a good Christian, Mr. Graham would make the cut. But he was the first person to disagree with that.
I can't live the Christian life. Billy Graham is a total flop when it comes to living the Christian life.
Wow, so if Billy Graham couldn't do it on his own, what hope do you and I have to get into heaven? Mr. Graham knew that hope comes from God.
You don't inherit it. You don't deserve it. God gives it by grace. God just gives it to you if you reach up and receive by faith. If we confess with our mouths the Lord Jesus and believe in our hearts that God hath raised him from the dead, we shall be saved. You have to believe he's the Son of God, that he died for you, that he rose again, that he's alive.
Have more questions? Check out our website, findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
The staff at Mid-America Specialty Markets, along with Jamie and Terry Langford, are proud to serve our community and support the local high school students in their extracurricular activities this school year. Langford Insurance specializes in life, agribusiness, commercial, and personal insurance needs. Please stop by and see us at our office at 908 Washington Avenue, or call us at 417-776-LIFE, or visit us at midaminsurance.com.
Let me welcome you back into the postgame show here. I'm joined by the head coach of the Seneca Indians, Coach Cody Hilburn. Again, congratulations. It seems like we say that a lot over the last 2 seasons, even since your tenure began here back in 2021. We say congratulations a whole lot. But congratulations tonight. You guys really came out ready to play on the defensive side of the football against a team that looked to throw 40, 50 times a game, and you ended up with 3 pick sixes tonight. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, we probably saw it a little bit different. I was a little frustrated coming out. I thought we were a little flat, and I don't know why, the heat or what it is. But we always talk about playing to the standard, and no matter what the circumstance, we don't look at the scoreboard. Just play to what the standard is. And I thought at times in the first half we were just a little flat and didn't play to the standard. But yeah, anytime your defense can get 3 touchdowns, it's obviously going to jumpstart you. So good job. We made a few adjustments and good job on their part. Finished out the half the right way.
Well, Coach Harbaugh or maybe Ben said that, I'm sure the coaches are going to look at things and nitpick a little bit more, but it was a little bit different than what we've seen the first 3 weeks of the season. You saw Cassville, who threw a few times, but their primary type of offense is running, and then you get into I'm drawing a blank here now all of a sudden, trying to get to the second game of the season. Anyway, the last two guys primarily running type of offenses, and you come in tonight, and all they're going to do is try to pass the ball. It gave you guys a secondary chance to kind of grow, basically, from the first 3 weeks that we've seen.
Yeah, I thought it came at a really good time, too. We're coming off a heavy run game, that I thought we did a really good job. But we felt like that was a strength of ours, is defend run teams. And we needed this game and needed it early in the season. And we're going to take a lot from them. We're going to nitpick the film a little bit. And we play a lot of man coverage. Everybody knows that. And we shouldn't have given up so many in-breaking routes tonight, and that was one thing we were frustrated with we're setting our leverage inside to take away a lot of that stuff and force stuff to the outside, and we gave up too many in-breaking routes.
When we saw so far this year, Drew Sherwood been pretty well, having plenty of time to get the ball through the uprights on the point-after tries. Had a little trouble tonight for the first 3 point-after tries. You guys switched it up with some 2-point conversion attempts, but we haven't had to talk about special teams a whole lot. It's not been an issue. Maybe that's one of those things you guys are going to look at as a coaching staff to kind of clean up going forward to get those.
Yeah, that unit has been good the last 2 weeks, and that, for one, they had 2 monsters in the A-gap in there, and they were huge, and we had a hard time holding our ground right there. But, I was mad. The first one was protection. The second one, the kick was a little bit low. But that kid's 6'4" in there. He's 320 pounds, and, he's a hammer. So, but we got to clean it up. I mean, we're going to play other teams with big defensive tackles, and we got to be able to go out there and kick an extra point.
The good news is about this game that, number one, you're able to get out of there, get your ones out of there after the first half, so that way there's no injury that could have happened. Number two, you got some of your younger guys some playing time out there tonight. We saw something, Boston Probert out there running quarterback, getting some chunk yards. Your twos coming in there, getting big plays. Hunter Haynes just keeping his feet churning. We haven't seen him in the backfield a whole lot this year. Runs that 155-yarder for you guys and sets you guys up first down and 10 at the 11-yard line. So you had some guys giving some significant yardage, your twos and threes coming in there.
Yeah, Hunter's going to be a receiver for us, but he's still that third running back guy that we still need to get running back reps. So we thought that was a good chance to use him. And it was tough the second half, and what people don't realize is, kids only get a certain amount of quarters a week. And when you play special teams, that counts as a quarter. So those kids that played the third quarter, if they would have played the fourth quarter, they would only got 3 quarters on Monday night. So it felt like we were doing a science experiment in there trying to figure out the reps for the second half. And then our freshman quarterback was dinged up, so that's our backup freshman quarterback that had to go in right there. He did a great job. We were laughing the first time ever using a wristband in the huddle. And I called a play off the second tier of the wristband. He didn't know how to flip the wristband. So I had to use a timeout. He said, I don't know where the 67 is. I was like, well, shoot, I never told you got to flip the wristband to the second page. So stuff like that. But, yeah, it was good for all those kids to get in there and get to play.
Well, we had the youth come out here before the game tonight. We talked about the success the youth programs have had. You got kindergarten through second grade playing flag football, and then your third through sixth graders undefeated, your seventh and eighth grade undefeated in the season. Some of those youth teams haven't even been scored upon, and then you had some younger guys playing, and that's the goal, is to get to the Friday night lights, and they're able to get there. But talk a little bit about the culture and what it does for your program whenever you get those younger guys out there on a Friday night, and then those younger guys coming in and be able to walk out on the field during a Friday night light.
Yeah, that's the last thing we talked about before we came out tonight is youth night, and there's a kid in the crowd tonight wearing about every number they're seeing on here, and we talked about you representing that number for more than yourself. There's a little kid out there watching you, wanting to be you someday, and you need to play the game the right way. And we always talk about our brand and our identity, the correct way to play Seneca football, and that's our hope every week, guys, is that we play in a way that makes our community and our school proud.
Yeah, you guys had your less penalties than what you usually have until late in the game. Had a couple pass interferences, 5 for 38 tonight, 2 PIs accounting for 30 of those yards. You guys did really well, really cleaned up a lot of the penalties. Only one in the first half, and I believe that was just a block in the back penalty for about 8 yards. But you guys cleaned up your penalties from what we've seen over the previous 3 weeks. You talked about getting better and better every single week in that aspect.
Yeah, it's a point of emphasis for us, and we always talk offensively, and we really feel this way through 4 weeks, is the only time we've been stopped offensively this year is self-inflicted wounds. And we break that down, and how that looks. And sometimes if we can just get out of our own way, we got a chance to score, quite often.
All right, Coach, congratulations again on your big win tonight. We'll let you go so you can start preparing for Aurora next week.
All right, thank you, guys.
All right, we're going to take a break here. We come back, we'll have more post-game show for you. Again, your post-game show sponsors Crowder College and the Seneca School District.
Gas and Snack in Seneca is proud to support the Seneca Indians and be a part of the Seneca community. With 2 locations in the Seneca area, 1608 Cherokee and just north of Highway U on Highway 43, they offer gas as well as pop and a variety of other snacks. The Gas and Snack in Seneca, Missouri is owned by Nick and Sandra Whitehead, proud supporters of the Seneca Indians.
Would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
Marine Center Incorporated is a sponsor of Seneca Athletics. In business since 1979, they offer Mercury and Suzuki motors, along with low boats as well as boat repairs. Located at 4961 Highway 43 in Joplin, Missouri, open Monday through Friday 9 to 5, Saturday 9 to 12, and closed on Sunday. For more information, the phone number is 417-781-7450 or online at marinecenterjoplin.com. The Marine Center Incorporated, where the slogan is, your family boating headquarters.
And we welcome you back into the postgame show. Your postgame show sponsors Crowder College and the Seneca School District. Run through some stats tonight. I believe I have Washik at 27 of 53 on the night, passing 313 yards. Soriano had 5 receptions for 93. Brant had 5 receptions for 118. Nestle Road, I may have been missing that one up there. I think Nestle Road had 118 yards. Soriano had 29. Brant had 93. Nestle Road had 118. Umfleet had 23. Meeks had 13 yards receiving on 4 receptions. And Black had 1 reception for 13 yards. On the ground, Washakie got sacked 3 times for negative 24 yards, and Umfleet had 2 carries for 10 yards. So only 2 actual rushing attempts the entire night out of 56 total plays for the Monett Cubs. For the Seneca Indians, Caden Klaus, 2 of 4 tonight for 10 yards. Brody Probert, 1 for 28. Tyrone Harris, 2 carries for 7 yards. Blaze Graham, 1 carry for 6 yards. Roman Miller, 6 carries for 45 yards. Brody Probert, 3 carries for 17 yards. Caden Klaus, 8 carries for 87 yards. Brant Laughlin, 6 carries for 38 yards. Silas Ball, 8 carries for 23 yards. Hunter Haynes, 7 carries for 84 yards. So Hunter Haynes and Caden Klaus, your main ball carriers tonight with the most yardage. And then Adams had a reception for 0 yards, and Ginger had 2 receptions for 38 yards for the Indians tonight. 162 on the ground, 38 through the air for 200 yards total. Looking at time of possession for the game, Seneca 24:59, Monett at 23:01. Monett ran 53 plays. Seneca ran 45 plays. Seneca had 5 penalties for 38 yards. Monett had 4 penalties for 28 yards. That's going to do it for the stats here tonight. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll go right into the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Welcome to the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network. The Final Drive Scoreboard Show is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider for over 20 area high schools and colleges. See how one of their certified physicians, certified athletic trainers, or therapists can help you get back in the game. Now, let's go back live to the stadium for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network.
Welcome into the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Run through your Big 8 scores tonight. Upset that we haven't had since 2018. Cassville defeating Lamar tonight, 35-34 over the Tigers in Cassville, over in Cassville tonight. Nevada just edging by McDonald County 15-10 tonight. And Aurora losing to Lafayette County 42-21. Mount Vernon all over East Newton 48-6 this evening.
In the COC Conference, Republic all over Kickapoo 49-10, that game in the fourth quarter. Ozarks beating Webb late 2014. Webb City does have the ball under 3 minutes to go in that game. Lebanon beats Willard 46-12. Neosho improves to 4-0 for the first time since at least 2010 with a 42-20 lead over Waynesville. Joplin doubles up Glendale 45-21. And Nixa beats Carthage 34-14. Nixa, pretty solid team to go into Carthage and win by 20.
They're not bad. Moving to the Ozark Mountain Conference, Parkview leading Bolivar 28-21 the fourth quarter. Carl Junction having no problem with Logan Rogersville 38-13. Marshfield over Hillcrest 28-7, and Branson over West Plains 46-21.
In the Mid-Lakes Conference, Stratford over Buffalo 42-20. Clever picks up their third win of the season, beating Forsyth 27-26. Fairgrove beats Hollister 50-6, and Reed Spring blanks Springfield Catholic 28-0.
Moving over to the Southwest Conference, Stockton over Sarcoxy 49-21. That's a fourth quarter score. Skyline over Lathrop 32-14. Ash Grove over Pierce City 12-6. That's only a second quarter score there. And Marionville having no problem with Central 60-6.
8-man and independent scores. 8-man football. Drexel beats Jasper 48-14. New Heights beats Liberal 72-14, and Lockwood beats Greenfield 66-16.
We're going to take a break. We come back. We'll wrap up the Final Drive Scoreboard Show and wrap up things from Tom Hodge Field right after this.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
And we welcome you back to the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Looking at the SEK Conference, Christ Prep over Parsons 35-8. That is a third quarter score. Emporia over Coffeyville at the half, 14-12. Chanute getting over McPherson 27-14, and Fort Scott over Independence 36-8.
In the CNC, Frontenac beating Riverton 34-8. That's the last halftime score we had. Girard beats Baxter Springs 41-3. Galena all over Afton, Oklahoma 62-22, and it does not look like we have any Oklahoma scores.
That's going to do it for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Let's go back up there real quick. I'm going to pull up the scoreboard app. If you haven't got the KNEO app, make sure you do that. But I'm going to try to see if there's any update to the Webb City score. No, it's a final. Ozark defeats Webb City tonight 20-14. That's going to do it for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Special thank you to Daniel Moore. Special thank you to Landon Reiser, our cameraman tonight. So for Daniel, Landon, Go Tarball, and Ben Wolcott, I'm Seth Wilson saying so long from Tom Hodgefield. Again, your Indians victorious tonight 64-14. Join us next week as the Indians will be on the road to take on the Hound Dogs of Aurora here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
You've been listening to the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network. The Final Drive Scoreboard Show is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. See how one of their certified physicians, certified athletic trainers, or a therapist can help you get back in the game. Join us again after the game next week as we will once again bring you all the latest scores right here on the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. This has been a live production of KNEO Sports. This broadcast may not be reproduced or retransmitted without the express written consent of KNEO Sports Network. This has been a sporting outreach of KNEO Sports Network, reaching into communities to make a difference for eternity.